Mercy Fletch.
And boom goes the dynamite.
Whoa.
I hate that.
Wow. Yeah, I hate that too. Sorry, everybody. Michael's still learning. We can't make references to ancient days of internet.
So much now.
Okay, your sheet is now. You should be able to see it.
All right. So tonight we're going to be playing Vampire. Mr. Goat is actually over here, off to the side. You heard him snap his fingers really.
But I can't see with my shades on right now, so
Yeah.
I'm not gonna.
Yeah, he prefers to be off, and also it's kind of mysterious. It's what we did when Michael was playing. He was off.
For after all, it is a world of darkness.
And so just so you guys know, this is the first time Michael and I have ever played this. Michael's more into tabletop, and I am a complete newbie.
I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, I'm incredibly excited to play this game. So he's going to walk us through on what we're supposed to be doing and how we're going to do it. And what's up? Oh, yeah. Goat, you're there in person?
Yes, I am here in person.
Yeah, he is.
Go Flux.
He is a real person, and he exists.
Well, he knows.
I mean, sometimes I have to put batteries in
He's
him.
he's one of my old players.
Robots are real people.
Yeah. Oh, wait, we got to turn the Discord up so we can hear the other person who's joining us. There we go. Can you say something so we can hear you?
Hello.
Hey.
Whoa.
There we go.
Listen to that.
I'm live.
You are
Yes, you
live.
You want to care to introduce yourself?
All right. Well, I go by many names.
Like the devil.
Yes.
Yeah. Speak of the devil, and he shall appear.
Speak of the devil. We shall appear.
All right. Are you big?
Yeah. Yeah. One of Goat's senior veteran players. Can go by
Senior?
Carl. Can go by Malexa, Anton.
Well,
either of the three
you're
names
one of the
works.
people that introduced me to this, and you've been running it for even longer than I have.
On and off.
Yeah.
And don't worry, guys. We're gonna switch over to the screen here in a second. I just have to look at some nonsense. Oh yeah, that was Turbo Gary.
Yeah. So do you want to tell the audience a little bit about the system and the setting?
Yeah, please. And I'll pop over to the desktop.
Well, like me,
Yeah, you.
There we
you
go.
fucking,
Oh,
you
all
fucking Slav.
resident expert.
If you'll put that bottle of vodka down.
Actually, it's absinthe. So,
Oh my God.
How do you like that licorice?
But yeah, it's basically World of Darkness is a setting in which just imagine like a scenario in which the world is as crappy as you can imagine it, except just barely functional. So like the politicians are that much worse, corruption is that much more blatant, street crime is that much more common. It's basically like the kind of stuff like you'd expect, kind of like in a Batman comic to happen, like in Gotham and stuff.
Yeah.
So, but not necessarily with a bunch of superheroes and stuff running around.
Oh,
A
no.
lot of people tend to think that playing Vampire the Masquerade is a lot like basically playing Batman, just running around except with vampire powers, or like that one run that they did where Batman did become a vampire. And if you play like that, you will die in about like half a session if you're lucky.
Which to be fair is likely what's the result of this session, because we are running shovelheads.
Asterisk, Dudes of Legend.
And
Which is a April Fool's supplement in which they basically took all the memes about the way people incorrectly, I'd say, play the game, and decided to actually put actual mechanics behind it. Like, for example, like you would get special bonuses for wearing trench coats and fedoras. Katanas would do 999 damage.
You get
and
XP for killing
you get
people.
XP for killing cops.
Yeah, you get XP for killing anyone, double if it's cops.
Yeah.
So, I mean, memes aside, there are basically two basic ways to play the game, which is based on the two major factions, which is Camarilla and Sabbat. Camarilla are the fuckers that focus a lot more on the morality aspect of the game and on hiding. They're where Masquerade comes from. They're much more about hiding from humans or pretending to be them and influencing them from the shadows. And it's all about this struggle to get politics and get control over mortal institutions to get one over your rivals. It's a lot like playing Mafioso in a way. And then there's a Sabbat, which is like vampire jihadists, where you're this apocalypse cultist, and you believe that the super ancient vampires are going to wake up and on everyone, and you got to stop it by killing their servants, the Camarilla. And it's
And
much
joining
more...
Daddy.
Yeah, and make Daddy
Kane's
Kane
army.
proud. Yeah, Daddy Kane's... Make Daddy Kane proud. And it's much more of an actual party game, because there are mechanics to keep you guys, to force you guys from killing each other outright most of the time, and you just operate out of a pack. So
And in general, the politics tend to be much more cooperative. You can still get into some pretty deep political intrigue and stuff like you can in a Camarilla game, but it's a lot more open, and it's just a lot easier because it's a little bit more medieval in some senses, because it's their justice system is much more close to like a medieval, like what a medieval court would be. So like, you can have like honor duels and stuff like that. While in the Camarilla, it's much more like more Victorian, like courtroom procedure type of stuff going on.
Yeah, or that, or you're both using your proxies and shit to fight each other.
Yeah, I mean, so in general, those are the two main factions. Unless you want to be a fence post sitter, in which case you play an anarch and you do whatever the hell you want.
Yeah.
And get shat on by both factions.
Yes, because anarchs are trash.
Wow.
In any case, the game we're running tonight is going to be a Sabbat game. It's going to be Shovelheads. So one of the things so the Sabbat, they technically care about the Masquerade, which is keeping their existence of vampires and other supernatural secret from the mortal population, but in practice, they don't really care that much about it. So what they'll do is they'll mass embrace people, and embrace is their word for turning people into vampires. So they'll just take a bunch of people, turn them into basically, crazy psycho vampires in PCP, and just send them out to go do shit. And tonight, that's what I'm subjecting my two players to tonight.
All right.
Incredibly disposable, utterly, bottom of the totem pole, no rights, no respect. Let's see what they can do from that.
It's going to be awesome. Well, I'm excited to be disposable. It's something I can relate with.
Yeah. There you go.
Remember, with that kind of can-do attitude, you'll make true Sabbat yet.
Oh man, I can't wait.
You could, and I'm not. They're not going to put any actual compulsions, supernatural compulsions, to keep you in line, unless you do something retarded to make them think to make them think it's worth the effort.
I mean, my character might, but that's totally on you. You decide if you want to.
Yeah, if you want to
slap him around and put him in his place.
So you're going to be in a Camarilla city that the Sabbat's invading. Okay. You want to switch sides? You can. Well, you can try. They might not take you in. Maybe. Yeah. Who knows? You want to do whatever, go all Tark and try to just hide. I mean, fuck, do whatever. We'll see where this goes. But let's get started.
Anarch style for life, son?
Oh. Yeah, well, maybe.
Do you also have the chat up here? Would you prefer to?
Could you just tilt it a little bit so I can see it?
Yeah, it's a little tough. We
Yeah.
gotta tilt her MacBook
But yeah,
Pro.
GoFlux there is explaining. Yeah, they call you shovelheads because traditionally they turn you, they bash you on the head with a shovel, then bury you alive. Then the ones that actually claw themselves out are the strongest ones.
All right,
and actually do something.
I'm glad a shovel is actually involved.
Yes.
All right.
Traditionally.
Okay.
But it's a very traditionalist pack, so don't worry.
So this is you dig a thing, you hit him in the back of the head.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
There you go. Perfect. Yeah, there you go.
All right. There we go. I'm a voice in your head. Mic check. 1 2 1.
Yeah, so chat, you're not, since I only have 2 people, I was going to have a third, but he couldn't make it. He has to go off to the boonies. I'm going to pad out, because 2 shovelheads are going to die instantly if there's any combat. So I'm padding out their pack. I'm going to give them a couple of NPC pack mates, which we'll introduce in a minute. Now, those NPCs will respond to what the chat says they should do. Most of the time. If I'm not focusing on it, I'm not gonna do it, but it's mostly something to keep things moving along in case these guys don't figure out what to do, or just if I want to just make some chaos. So keep that in mind.
Excellent.
All right. So, turn off that spooky, scary skeleton shit. Put on the shittiest 90s grunge you can think of.
I got you on that. Give me a second. Let's see here. What do I got? '90s grunge.
Put on Dragula.
Yeah, they'll no. If we do that, Twitch will mute us.
Oh, fuck.
If it's copywritten, Twitch will mute us.
Fuck. All right, well, we'll refer to...
I also have Shadowgate, any, like, video game soundtrack.
Yeah, I mean, hell, the Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines soundtrack will work just fine for our purposes here.
Okay, we'll pull that right up. Vampire Bloodlines, the soundtrack.
Discarding Sabbat is a type of Canon shell, Go Flux. He's shitposting you.
Vampire Bloodlines OST. Give me some of that. Oh,
There we
look
go.
at that. The main theme. It's
Yeah,
like
well,
5 minutes long.
That's a good starter. Oh, yeah. TFW, no. Big titty Malkavian Goth Jeff.
Dude, that's Photoshop. She's not a real vampire.
Okay,
No.
That's impossible.
Waifu.
It's
Everybody,
impossible.
Yes,
everybody's
yes.
favorite waifu.
Look at that. That's not real.
Supernatural is in reality deviants do not exist, citizen. Please return to your technocratic approved homes. By the way, I'd like to
She'll-
thank everyone in chat for their cooperation. After all, you are tuning in via computer. Thank you for supporting the technocracy.
Thank you for dialing in to our BBS. All right. Here we go.
All right. So, it's sometime in the late 90s, and you're in the city of Palo Alto, which is, for our purposes, a fictional city near the border with Mexico in southwestern Arizona, right by the Organ Pipe National Cactus Monument. You're at this shitty, nameless dive bar at the edge of town. There's, it was announced that this underground rock legend, Chester McNeil, was going to be performing here tonight. And as you walk in, the dry heat of the desert completely gets taken over by this humid, sweaty, beer-tinged atmosphere. Already there's the opening band playing. I don't know if saying the name of the band is going to get you guys in trouble, so I'll just write it down.
Oh, they can't see it. Let me move our... How do I...
Here, I'll just type some other bullshit.
No, it's just
I gotta get up to grab a mouse, that's all.
name of the band is a
It's a zombie rock band. Yeah,
Zombie rock
that's
band.
what it is.
Yeah.
I mean,
You know,
there
like-
are a bunch of bikers in here. At least a couple of them are skinheads.
Well, it's like they're whites, as in like the monsters.
Yeah, the
from-
monster. Of
Yeah,
course,
the
they're
monster.
not being racist. That would be ridiculous. In any case, it's two guys. Both of them have like those, like those guitar bass combos. Like one of them's playing bass, the other one's playing guitar. Then they'll switch.
okay.
And
Okay.
yeah, so there's a blonde guy and a black-haired guy. The black-haired guy, Wraith, is wearing armor and combat boots, and he's got this hooded trench coat that covers as much of his body as possible. He has long, black, kind of greasy hair, running down his face with his eyes barely peeking out occasionally. The hands, which are the only visible skin, are ghostly white, and then in short, sharp, black pointed nails. Despite this, he radiates this kind of aura of brooding and mysterious appearance that almost wants to goad you to find out more, or not. The other guy is he's shirtless. He's got a six-pack. He's got plate blonde hair go down past his shoulders with a bandana used as a headband with a skull logo visible in the middle. He's got a bare chest showing off his pecs and abs, and van braces made out of leather and steel spikes. He's got a big iron cross hanging from his neck. So yeah, they're just rocking out to some grungy music right now, and the crowd's loving it. You're seeing some of the girls right in front of the stage flashing him, and there's a big old fucking mosh pit in the middle as well. Looks like they're coming to the end of their set.
All right, and we just walked in.
So you just walked in, yeah.
I'm gonna go get me a drink.
By the way, I don't think the chat knows who your characters are.
Oh, my character's name is Richard Hawk. He is a truck driver, and he's quite he's quite a big man, and he is
For you.
what is that?
He's a big man.
For you.
For you.
And Michael, what's your character?
My character's name is Alexandra Duchamp. She is an angry librarian at the Public Records Office. So not even like a real library.
And we don't know each other, right?
Well, if you want to have known each other, you could. Otherwise, you can just work it all out.
Do you have any reason to?
No, I don't know you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you just
I'm just
coincidentally
walking-
walk in together, and it's like, who's that weirdo?
Yeah, no, she walks in, and I'm looking at her like, damn, all right. And I'm going over to the bar, and I just light up a cigarette, and I'm like, I'm just pointing right here.
All right, so the bartender, which is like the skinny mate, she's definitely not 18. Your old girl in biker colors comes in and just pours you a beer.
And I just basically I nod and I just take a swig of it and I go,
It's flat, dull, tastes like piss. Just the kind you're used to.
I go up to the bar and I try and get. Are they paying attention?
What, the bartender? Yeah.
All right. I ask, do you sell bottles?
I guess.
I'd drop $40 on the table.
She takes it and she gives you a 40 ounce, and then like a smaller bottle of shitty unmarked wine.
I mean, like liquor. Like
Liquor. Okay, she takes it out and she gives you a bottle of Jack's.
sounds like you're about to have a party there, honey. Why don't you come on over here and share some of that?
She is appearance 3, so she's good looking.
My character has no value.
I roll my eyes, and then I head over to this table over here.
Which
just
table?
want to be kind of.
I didn't see.
Oh, just
Over by the window, the front door.
I want to be away from him and the music. Is what I'm kinda
Give
like.
me a quick appearance roll.
Okay. My appearance is 3.
Difficulty 6. Difficulty 5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
3 and 5.
All right. So
No,
as you
those
go
are so
sit
you
down,
guys
a
can see
nearby biker stands up and says, "This guy bothering you, honey?"
Oh, don't. That's sweet. Fuck off.
All right, let me roll something for. Roll manipulation, intimidation for me.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6. Difficulty
6.
6. All right. Four.
Wow, damn! he kind of backs off and he starts backing away and he bumps into this guy wearing a button-up shirt and a tie and he's wearing a bike cap. Is that a fucking Mormon? And he turns around to the Mormon and he says, "Hey, watch where you're going, boy." Carl, you want to step in? You know that there's only one Mormon that could be here.
Well, I'm sorry there, pal.
Yeah.
Hey, no harm, no foul.
All right, and he just looks down and he seems kind of shocked to see an actual fucking Mormon here, and he's just like, "I need a fucking drink," and he just goes back to the bar.
Y'all make any sandwiches in here?
No.
Hey, y'all make any sandwiches in here?
No, we don't.
What?
We don't make any. The music starts to crank up even louder, and the crowd goes wild.
I can't hear you over this stupid music.
As Chester comes on stage, and he's this fucking big, broad, bearded motherfucker, and they start rocking out the grunge. And basically, all conversation becomes impossible for a few minutes. Then give me a perception alertness check, everyone, real quick. Difficulty 7.
Okay.
Look up how this surge power works.
Perception is something on here. Where did it go? I don't know where I put it. Do you know what my perception is? Because I don't see it.
Oh my god. Use the sheet that's in your roll 20.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's on the little page thing on the
yeah,
top right.
top right.
Yeah.
This right here.
Yeah, that right there. And then
Thank you. Yeah, I've never used this before.
character
I think
sheet.
we used it once before.
click on character sheet, scroll down. Your perception is 2, your alertness is
0.
what? No, I don't think that's right. I think I might have fucked up the transcription.
I don't know what's happening around me.
I don't know what's going on.
Bullets
but my
are going
asshole's
off, and I'm
engaged.
like, did you guys feel that?
Truck driver probably would have some alertness.
He has really good alertness.
You have. Oh wait, no, that's.
I should have really decent alertness.
You should. I think you put like 3 dots into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did. You put move those 3 dots in athletics to alertness.
Athletics.
Yeah, you can't run for shit because you sit down all day, but you got to keep a good eye out there in case some lure.
Yeah.
runs
Well, I
out
haven't
to the
crashed
right.
a truck yet, so.
Yeah. We're gonna change that tonight.
Oh man! All right, so perception 2 and alertness 3.
So 5, difficulty 7,
Okay, 5.
and you too, Alexandra.
5, difficulty 7.
Oh yeah, I did it. I got 1 success.
7.
1 success. Okay. And you, all right? So you don't hear anything because you're closer to the music. And
Yeah,
shit.
I'm like trying to yell for a sandwich. I'm
Yeah.
like, hey, turn this queer music down. I can't hear.
It's actually really good, unless you really don't like grunge for some reason.
Well, he's a bit of an he's the age to like grunge, but he really kind of grew up with family that.
His country. He likes country.
Well, he
doesn't
grew up on a reservation, and his dad is really into like the oldies, and so is he.
Yeah.
Okay.
He
All right.
smokes a lot.
Yeah. In any case, Alexandra, you faintly hear some crackling. That could be fireworks or gunshot. You're not sure. But soon enough, the music enters this crescendo. And then let me just roll something here for Chester.
Chester.
All right. So suddenly, it's almost as if the music just reaches out towards you, and you find yourself inexplicably swayed towards it. Excuse me, Richard, you seem to be the last one. You notice everyone else doing it before you. You're the last person in the room to actually do it, but soon you're spellbound by it too. And you just find yourself standing there in the pit, in the mosh pit. Just,
Beer in hand, right?
Beer, of course. In complete awe. The next thing you notice, you've kind of vaguely get the sentiment of yourself walking out towards the back into this pit, into the desert outside. And you can very faintly see this kind of furred man with backward bending knees digging a huge pit with a hole. And then other people grabbing onto just kind of grabbing someone, holding them for a few seconds, then dumping them into the pit, covering them up. And then it goes all the way through. And you two are the last ones to do it. Simultaneously, 2 of them come down and bite down on your shoulders hard. And there's this overwhelming sensation of pain and ecstasy. It's intense, like nothing you've ever felt before. But then it begins to go cold. As you begin to drain away, you feel your life drain away, and you slip into unconsciousness and into death. It's cold. And then you feel something colder still pour down your throat. It's cold, but it has power. It burns, and you begin to slip back into consciousness. But then you hear the pad of dirt hitting you hard on the chest and head, and you realize you're being buried alive. All right, I'm going to generate I'm going to generate your generations here real quick. See who embraced who. Let's see.
The music was perfect for that.
Yeah.
It was very, very moody.
Okay, let's see.
Very cool.
All right, you're both 10th generation. Okay.
Okay.
So that means you have 13 blood points each. I'm going to put that in your... Except they starved you, so...
Okay.
Now, rules is written. You only get one... You can only spend 1 blood per turn. We're kind of doing an experimental balance change where you can spend 3 per turn.
Oh.
So both of you give me self-control rolls as you start frantically digging yourself out of the grave.
All right. Self-control is listed as...
Or you can... Well, or you can give in and just automatically frenzy, but try to direct the actions.
I think...
Scroll all the way down. It's a one, just a little bit up. It's on the right. It will be on the right. A little bit further up. A little bit. Scroll up a little bit.
I'm sorry.
There you go. That's
There you
your
go. I
purchase.
apologize. Thank you.
Alright.
3d10.
I think Alexander being claustrophobic is just immediately freaking out.
Yeah, you got to make a courage roll as well.
Courage roll, okay.
Yeah.
And then I'll make a self-control roll.
All right, are you going to try to resist? So you feel this overwhelming animal impulse to just freak out and kill everything that's threatening you.
What's the difficulty?
For the courage roll, it's going to be 7 for you.
7.
Let's turn that down.
Could you skip the track, actually?
Thank you.
There you go. Yeah, there we go. That works. Okay, so Alexandra, you're entering Rostrek. Okay, I'll get to that in a sec. Crowan, can you get that self-control?
Oh, yes. Roll self-control 3. Difficulty what?
7. Or you're trying to resist it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay,
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
you lose yourself to the frenzy. And
Oh,
there's
fuck! Ah!
yeah. Well, not only that, but now you find yourself hissing like a goddamn animal, and you feel cold, and you feel there's this thirst, not anything physical, but just a psychological need for sustenance, and you know exactly what you need. Neither of you speak Spanish, right, in character?
No.
Okay.
Yep.
And in real life.
Yeah. So on the distance, you begin, as you start to dig yourself out of the way, you can hear these faint voices saying,
¿Dónde están los hijos de la puta? Ellos saben que estarían aquí. Espera. Hay algo saliendo del desierto ahí. Ah, mira. ¡Ay, carajo! ¡Es el diablo!
and roll initiative for me.
Okay.
Roll what?
Initiative. So that's 1d10 plus your dex plus your wits.
Dex and wits. Alright.
So, Dex and Wits.
So 1 plus all that?
1d10 plus the numerical value for the dex and wits.
Okay, so how would I roll that exactly on
Just the
this?
1d10 plus, just don't use a macro, just manually, it's not a difficulty base, it's just manually
Oh, okay.
/r d10 plus 8 in your case.
D10 and then 8. Did I do that right?
No, you gotta put the plus,
Oh.
like this.
Okay, yeah, thank you. I'm new to this, so you're going to have to really walk me through this. So R, D10.
Uh-huh. Not d18, d10.
Oh, crap, thank you. And plus
Yep.
8.
There you go.
Thank you. All right. 13.
There you go. Okay, so then you can put that into the turn order. Just click on the little number next to your character.
Number next to my character.
On turn order on the left.
Oh.
Yeah.
And that would be 13.
And I'll put down.
Excellent. Thank you.
No problem.
Yeah, you have to walk me through this thing. I've never used it before.
Right. Okay, so let me put this in order.
Rage.
Yep. You kind of vaguely register that there's a bunch of stuff at your feet, but your impulse is to rush forward and grab onto this guy. Give me a dex brawl roll real quick.
Dex brawl roll. Or is that me doing it?
Yeah, you're still
okay.
rolling it.
Okay. Dex is at 4,
Mhm.
and brawl is at 2.
Mhm.
So 5. And so do I do that with a macro? Or?
Yeah, do that with the macro.
So that would be 5 or
6.
6. Yes.
Difficulty 6.
6 and difficulty 6. Gotcha.
Yep.
Thank you. And I'm back.
And
Chat.
2 successes. So you grab onto the man, and just instinctively, you just barely register your canines extending into fangs, and you bite down on his neck, and his life begins to flow back into you. You feel warm again. You feel power growing back into you, and the guy starts to slip into unconsciousness. Now, give me a self-control roll to see how far along you are into.
Okay, the self-control's at 3.
Yep.
So
Just difficulty 6 now.
6 and then 3 difficulty 6. Gotcha. Thank
Yeah.
you. Yes. and
6 difficulty. That would be easy.
Wait. Okay, so roll
Yeah. Dice 3.
3.
Difficulty.
6.
And you can just hit enter too. It'll still work. Okay,
Thank
so
you.
your 10. So it does. We can get the macro to do this properly, but a 10 is 2 successes, unless the difficulty is 9 or 10.
Okay, so,
So
I got
once
2
you
successes.
accumulate 5 successes, you'll break out of the frenzy and you'll be able to act normally.
So he's got 2 right now.
Yeah, he's got 2.
I got 2
more to
successes
go.
right now. And thank you for the courtesy. I apologize. I have not been looking over at that or at chat as much as
I've
we
been
usually
hearing
do.
that a couple of times.
Yeah, thank you for everyone who keeps flushing the toilet. We appreciate it. It's pretty backed up.
Yeah.
All right. So then you vaguely see the other worthless juice bags, beyond the one that you're holding, just start screaming, and they kind of point their guns, but they hesitate because their buddy's right there. All right, Alexandra, you freak out and you dig yourself out of the grave,
All right.
and you just flip out. Now, give me a self-control to see if you frenzy or not. Unless you want to deliberately enter frenzy and just try to ride the wave.
Didn't I go into frenzy?
No, you went into Rostrek,
Okay.
but
okay.
you managed to dig yourself out of the
right.
situation, so you're good now.
3-7?
Yep, 3-7.
3-7.
All right, you were in control of your actions, but there's still this overwhelming thirst, and you feel this overwhelming need to just rush up to one of these guys. And
Absolutely.
yeah. Either way, you still feel strong. You're at the strongest you've ever, just like as if you're at the strongest you ever are at any given day. You don't feel tired at all. You don't feel any bruises or aches. Just a need to kill.
I was hitting that bottle hard. I don't feel drunk either.
No, you don't. You feel clarity you've never felt before.
Wow.
So you, if I remember correctly, you're carrying a gun with you.
And I just I am absolutely. I want to eat one of these people.
Yes,
that's what I'm feeling.
And at your feet, you see that there's a bunch of tools lying around. There's like some claw hammers and crowbars, a machete, some kitchen knives, like a length of chain.
I think. Would I be in any state to kind of to say anything, or do I just?
Yeah, no, you're in a
right.
you're in control.
Okay, at this point I'm just I'm shaking the dirt off me. I'm still shaking. I think I'm just gonna go after, I'm just gonna rush the guy on the
far left.
On the far left, yeah.
All right, let me just double check that distance there. Yeah, you can easily do that. All right, give me a dex brawl roll to grapple him.
Okay, it's gonna be 3. Okay, what's the difficulty?
6.
6. Okay.
Does Alexander pull out his magic map? No, he does not pull out his magic map. Not in this situation.
Okay, so that's a botch. When you have so every one cancels out a success, and if they end up net canceling the successes, you get a botch, which means something fucking retarded happens. So in this case, you trip over all the hardware store section, and you fall on a knife.
Oof.
So give me a stamina roll, difficulty 6. Do you have fortitude? No, you have dominate and presence.
2. Okay, just stamina.
Yeah, just stamina. Difficulty 6.
2, 6. 1 success.
1 success. Okay, so you take 1 damage.
All right.
Now, if you get down to 3 damage and you're not frenzying, you're knocked out. If you're frenzying, you can keep going, even if you wouldn't be. And you can heal that back out. That just means, but if you're at blood 0 and you hit 3, if you hit 3 wounds, you fall into torpor.
Okay.
If you're frenzying, it takes up to 0 wounds, but then you fall into torpor, which is hibernation, basically.
So if I am I hurt or bruised or?
Yeah, you're not taking any dice penalties yet.
Oh, okay.
It's just your damage.
Just damage. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Richard kind of just vaguely senses it, but Alexandra, you see 3 other people rise out and just go and charge off in a different direction. All right, Richard, it's your turn again. Give me right now the beast. You just want to feed your fill, and you do so. The man is completely passed out and limp in your arms now. Give me another self-control check. Difficulty 6.
All right. Sorry, I was trying to look at that. Self-control check. Incoming.
All right, so you've accumulated 4 successes. You got 1 more to go before you break out of the frenzy.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you. Did I get Nick's dice tonight?
Yeah.
It's nice. Feels nice. Nick, you should share more often.
¡Ay, carajo! ¡Son monstruos! ¡Dispárenlos!
And they pull out their guns and start shooting at both of you. All right. Okay, so Alexandra, you can give me a wits dodge check.
Okay.
If you don't have dodge, it's just wits.
That's all I got. All right. What's the diff?
6.
3. 6. Oh, God.
That means you take 1 extra damage. So roll soak.
Soak?
Yeah, just your stamina in this case, since you don't have. You can also spend blood to increase your physical stats up to 5. If you already had them at 5, you can boost them 1 further, but none of you guys have that.
All right. What's the?
Just in your case, just 2D. It's 6. Silk rolls are almost always difficulty 6.
All right. Oh God.
So you take 6 damage.
Ouch.
Okay. Do you want to roll self-control to try to go into frenzy, or are you gonna pass out in the second turn of combat?
I'll try and go in the frenzy.
All right. Roll self-control.
All right.
Nick's like, you're welcome.
Is it 3-6?
Yeah, 3-6. Okay, you faced with the you get self-preservation just kicks in, and your consciousness is just shunted towards the back of your mind as the beast takes over. Now, Richard, give me a dodge check.
Dodge check, which is
Dexterity dodge, or what's dodge since it's a gun?
Dodge is where actually
2. It's at the bottom left. So you have 6 dice.
Okay, 6. Okay, thank you.
Well,
You're so fast at this. 6 and then
6.
6. Got it. All right, back to chat. What did I get?
All right.
Did I got 1 success.
Yeah. So they got 2 successes. So technically that means that you would get hit, but you've got the dude in front of you. So you just kind of like yeet him towards the other guys out of instinct, and the bullets just tear him to ribbons, and he just falls this bloody heap on the floor, the blood draining away. Such a waste. And now it's Alexandra's turn again. And give me a self-control to direct your frenzy, to ride the wave, so to speak.
I look at it like someone just spilled my beer.
Yeah,
and
basically it's like somebody just like slapped they slapped the chicken nuggets right out of my hand. All right, you do not have control over your actions here, so you just kind of scrabble up to your feet and tackle one of the guys.
All right.
What's your dexterity brawl?
My dex is 3 and my brawl is 0.
So just 3d10.
Okay. 3.
Difficulty
3,
6.
If Kevin was here, he could do the guy in the background
Yeah.
noise.
2 successes.
2 successes. All right, so you grab onto him and you start chomping him.
All right.
You feel the warmth flow into you, and it begins to heal you.
Neat.
All right, Richard, you're still frenzying, so you just move up towards the next guy because your hunger is still not sated. Give me another dex brawl roll.
That was 6 again, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 6 and 6.
Surreptitiously remove some of these guys.
3 successes.
3 successes. All right, you grab onto him, and you start draining him again. And he begins to slip back into unconsciousness. Now it's their turn again.
¡Carajo, son invencibles!
Then one of them pulls out a big-ass knife and tries to stab Alexandra.
Alexandra pulls out her
And
magic map.
And he stabs his buddy instead.
Oh no!
More of the vitae just starts pouring out into the ground.
Oh no!
And the dude expires. But there's still some juice in him.
If you're desperate enough.
Yeah. The other 2 guys, 2 of them try to pull their friend away from you, Richard. So give me a strength brawl check.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were talking to him.
Yeah,
so.
you're Richard.
Richard. So strength brawl. What was the combination here? We got 4 strength and the brawl was 2.
Yeah,
so,
yep.
All right, 6. 6. Well, back to chat. What
All
did I
right.
get?
So you tied,
Thanks.
but there's still another guy. So let's see if he gets any successes. So
2
get his,
successes.
but yeah. So together they barely managed to pull him off. However, your teeth are still in there. So as they pull him off, a portion of his throat is just ripped clean off,
Oh,
and the blood
nice.
starts seeping down his shirt into the ground. They look down in horror and then look back up to you.
¡Madre de Dios de la chupacabra!
And then the other one starts panicking. Let's see how bad he panics. Yeah, then one of them starts running off into the desert. He's gone. Alexandra, it's your turn again. Oh, Richard, one more. Give me your self-control check to see if you snap out of the frenzy.
3. So that was 3, and then
Yep,
what?
6. And you're back. Okay, you're back into control of your actions.
I want to say thank you, Nick, for lending me your dice because I've had nothing but good successes on my first run.
This is going to color his opinion of the game.
Yep. Alexandra,
No.
meanwhile, is just getting dunked on.
Do I need to roll to direct?
I was really
If you
hoping-
want to, or otherwise you can just let me take.
I was
it.
actually really hoping to lose.
3-6, right?
3-6, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, it's Fair Fright Frank.
Yeah,
that was the one who
you
flushed the
control.
toilet.
What I want to do is, this guy got stabbed. He's bleeding out. I want the fresh one.
You want the fresh one?
Yeah.
All right, so you just kind of like eat the other guy, and you're gonna try to grapple him.
Yeah, because I'm just gonna try and grab.
All right, Dex Brawl.
Dex Brawl. It's gonna be a 3.
If you want to spend your remaining blood point to heal or to increase your dex, you can do that as well.
I'll spend it to heal.
You'll spend it to heal. Okay. So your blood pool is empty.
Okay.
You're ravenously hungry.
3, 6.
And
that
you
one?
no, you suck.
Is that's 0? Yeah.
It's 0. You suck.
Okay.
All right, Richard, you're finally back in control of your mental faculties.
Why can't I
but-
have his dice?
But you still, you still kind of see these guys as a threat, and it's just pitiful. Look at them. You can smell the fear coming off of them and the sweat, and you suddenly kind of look down, and you idly for a split second notice how dry you look, waxy like a corpse.
I have control.
Yeah, you have control.
Oh, I have control again.
Yeah.
Okay, I was like, are you guys all right? So, I look down at them and I just feel this. I want to say something, but no words really come out. I just say, I'm just thirsty. I feel thirsty, and I hop onto one of them, whichever one you think would be best.
We'll just go. Well, you just like slam into him against the hood of your truck.
And yeah, I want to drink.
Okay, if you're gonna like full on like get down, Mr. President tackle, that's strength. That's strength brawl difficulty 7.
Okay.
So 6-7 for you.
all right, 6, 7. Okay.
Yep.
No success.
No, he just kind of is like ah, and he just kind of like dodges out of the way, and you bump into your own fucking truck. You
Oh,
dumb-
that's what that is. Okay, I'm glad. I was like, wait a minute. This looks like an emergency vehicle.
Great. Let me see.
This is an extreme thirst.
Yeah, both of them start running the fuck away. Now let's see if the fresh boy. Yeah, the fresh boy stands his ground, and he pulls out a revolver and he says, "Nah, chingate puta!" and tries to shoot Alexandra point blank.
All right.
Oh, want to give me a wits dodge?
Okay.
Alexander pulls out his Glock.
3. Okay.
The night is young, and he's
3-6.
only a few feet. 3-6, yeah.
Okay.
If that's what you're.
God damn it.
Oh, you might
This
die.
might just be the
You
end.
might die.
Damn!
Hang on. So he's
You're
got
getting
a.
the outcome I was hoping for my
So he's
own
got a.
character.
Hang on. So he's got a 3 revolver. So that's 4 damage plus 1 from the bots plus. Okay, 6 damage. So you're down
Big
to 1
oof.
HP. Okay. You can also spend willpower to add a success, or in this case, subtract the bots from any of your rolls.
Okay.
Just keep in mind that your temporary willpower is what's used to determine how easy it is to use mind control stuff like dominate on you.
Right.
So like your willpower could, like your max willpower can be 8, like Richard's is, but if he keeps spending it and he's down to difficult to 1
Yeah.
or 0, like if he spends all his willpower points, any dominate powers automatically work against him.
All right.
Yeah. In any case, it's back to you.
Back to me. I want to use a willpower to just. Can I just tell him to like stop? Just
Yeah,
like,
that's dominate.
Dominate. I want.
Yeah, so you don't spend willpower for that, if I remember
okay.
correctly. Just give me a self-control check to ride the wave, so you
Alright.
can actually do that instead of just going.
Gotcha. 3, 6.
Fucking mortals!
Wow. That's
Yeah, you're in control.
Okay.
So in combat, the only power that's kind of like easy to, like if you hold them down, you can use 2, which is where you can do complete sentences, but normally it's just like 1-word commands.
yeah. I want to stop.
Stop. All right.
Stop right there!
Give me a manipulation intimidation check.
Okay, that's gonna be 4.
And the difficulty, these guys have 5 willpower.
Okay, so 6, 5.
Mhm.
All right.
Okay, 4 successes. Let's see here. Let me just double check something. All right, yeah. So the guy just kind of like freezes in place.
Can I bite into him?
Uh,
I got weight.
yeah. It's
Okay, gotcha. All right, all right.
Richard, what's your what do you do?
I see that fancy looking library lady over there, and I want to go give her a hand.
All right. What kind of hand are you giving her?
I'm just gonna be like, hey, y'all,
Get!
get your asses away from her. I want to go over there and take out the one that's not frozen, or are they both frozen?
Just, this guy is bleeding to death on the ground. This guy is just frozen, like kind of holding his gun, kind of like just below.
I wanna run up and knock the gun out of his hand.
Okay, Dex brawl.
Dex roll, which was 4, just the Dex roll?
No, 4, it's a 6/6 in this case.
Okay, thank
Yeah,
you.
60-10 brawl. Right. Well, actually, it'd be even lower difficulty, but in any case, you slap the chicken nuggets right out of his head, and the gun falls to the sandy floor with a clatter. And then the guy, kind of seeing that he's now in danger again, kind of snaps out of the dominate, and he pulls out a knife and tries to stab Richard. Let's see here.
No,
Oof,
don't stab me.
Give me a Dex dodge.
Ow. So that would be 6/6.
Yeah, that'd be 6/6 for you. Okay, he gets 1 success over you, so he does damage. So roll your stamina to soak the damage.
Which was 4. Plus or
Just 4. Difficulty 6.
Okay, thank you. 0.
0. Okay, so you take full damage, which is 4 damage, unless you want to spend willpower to decrease it.
No.
Okay.
No, I'm good. I just look at the knife. I'm like,
What? No, it hurts like hell because he actually kind of like stabs it and wiggles it in. So you're at a -2 to all your actions until you heal that. So Alexandra, it's your turn again.
son of a bitch.
Can I just latch onto the back of this guy? Just like,
Yeah, you don't even have to roll self-control. That's what comes naturally. Give me a Dex brawl, difficulty 5 because he's outnumbered. Oh Jesus, 4 success. All right, so you just grab onto him and he just freezes in your grasp, and you start to drain him.
Yes.
All right, Richard, do you want to do anything while this foxy librarian lady is just macking on this guy?
I turn around and I'm like,
Oh, those guys have run off.
oh,
the
they
map
ran off.
by now.
Okay,
Yeah,
and then this guy's dead, basically.
yeah. He's still bleeding. He looks mighty delectable looking.
I'm like, you know what? That don't look like such a bad idea. I'm gonna go have me a drink. Oh, you control my. Yeah, you got this.
All right, so you just drain. I assume you want to heal.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So as you walk over to him, you're kind of like limping towards it, but then as you bend down and suck out the rest of the fluid that's still in there, you find yourself healing and you're practically back to normal, just some superficial wounds. The dude is utterly frozen, anyways, and there's these kind of like stifled groans, almost moans, both fear and ecstasy coming out of him. And Alexandra, you just start draining him. We're just gonna end combat. So, okay, so there's 6 more blood points. I'll just put you at full.
All right.
I'll just put you at 10 blood, but 6 HP.
Okay.
And then you can heal as much of that as you want.
All right.
And you come down from the frenzy.
Oh.
You find yourself sitting in the warm desert air again. Then the other 3 dudes that were off towards the side just kind of herded over back towards you. And you see the same fucking Mormon guy again. And he has this very pleased smile on his face. Carl?
Intro for the
Time-
Mormon.
It's time for you to tell these guys what happened.
Let me teach you a lesson. Why, howdy, my brand new friends. Allow me to be the first to bid you welcome to your eternal night. From this point on, you're no longer but mere humans. You have ascended into beings with the potential to enact change and achieve power far beyond your former lesser understanding. Now, your body must be experiencing many changes. Don't you worry, fellas. It's all completely natural. Well, it's normal. Know that all these strange new feelings, emotions, or lack thereof is all part of the plan. Also, know that there's a reason for each and every one of them. Now, you're the progenitor of the first son, the one who walks at night, the progenitor, the future savior of the world. Now, you might be wondering who this is. Well, you can rejoice in the fact that you will now know that it is none other than Cain. Yes, the Cain. Well, not directly descended from him, of course, but rather you are the latest and the weakest in a long line of vampiric bloodlines. But don't worry about your removal from the beloved war leader, Christ figure, and father that you will come to love. He has blessed each and every one of us with opportunities of rising far above your normal stations, should you prove to be fit. Now, I want you to go out there and do your daddy proud. You never know if he's watching. And who knows, he might just have a place for you in his unstoppable vampiric army for when the end times finally threaten to end us all.
I just go, I'm sorry, what? I couldn't quite hear all that.
Oh, you could hear it quite clearly.
I know, but he's more like, I don't quite understand what
Right. So
what's happening.
this other more menacing figure walks up, and it's this kind of he's very pale, but he has Southern European features, and he's wearing a thick headband around his forehead, and he says, "What that means is, you're creatures of the night now, vampires, as you would have known them in your breathing days, and you work for us now. The final nights are coming." And we're here to take over this city from the corrupt. They're more like our kind out here. And if you have the will and the strength to take what is yours, take from them, you can take their power and come with us. Be as powerful as us. That there, you just took down 6 armed men by yourselves in less than a minute. But me, could have done that in 3 seconds. You keep this up, you might get to that level, but until then, you're trash. Shovelheads, maggots, barely out of the larval mortal forms you once occupied until 5 minutes ago. So here's what we're gonna do with you lot. Get in that truck. It's your truck, isn't it?
Yeah,
Of course.
that is my truck now.
And you're going to go somewhere else in town. And you're going to find others like ourselves. You'll be able to pick them out pretty easily. The pallid skin, the scent of blood from the mouth. You'll figure it out. And any that aren't us, you kill. And if you find anything or don't kill, spy on them, and report back to us. You go to this address, and he gives you this address in the inner city. And you find the homeless man with a box asking for donations for an army veteran. You tell him about anything you see. If we're going to give you more instructions, we'll find you. Now, I'm sure you have questions.
I got quite a few. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck is going on?
And
He's not very smart.
Why male models?
What the fuck or why the fuck? We already told you what's happening.
I don't quite.
Oh, but you do. Don't try to deny what your new form is. Come on, can you hear your heartbeat? No, you can't. You feel the cold in you, and you feel that disgust you feel even now for those twitching, dying mortals on the ground.
And now, listen, I have a wife and I've got a daughter.
Not anymore. And I'm sure that if you were hungry enough and you ran into her, you would gladly rip her head off and drink the blood gushing down from her throat.
Fine. I'm gonna get in my truck and I'm gonna go see your queer friends, and we're gonna do whatever it is that you're asking us to do.
Well, do what you need to do. We're out. You're disposable to us. You're mostly just here for distraction, and we kind of want to see what you will do with these powers we've granted you oh so graciously.
Whatever. I'm gonna get in my truck now. You all have a fine evening, I suppose.
Go ahead, but if you defy us, you die by inches.
I got that loud and clear. That part I understood. I know that you guys are quite powerful.
And you, Alexandra? Any questions for us before we send you off?
She hasn't said anything. I think she was just like looking at each person in turn, just kind of sizing them up, like just seeing, just like,
yeah.
Does she see anything?
He's like this kind of lean figure, very tall, but he exudes this quiet menace. Mm-hmm. And he's holding a spear in his hand.
All right.
The other guy, the Mormon guy, you notice his pupils are slit-like, and he smiles a little bit too wide. And he also kind of has that quiet menace, just not as much as the other guy with the headband.
Right. It's like we do these things. There's going to be more.
Yes. Well, you know what? Actually, I think we have a first assignment for you. We already know where one of the degenerate Camarilla is havening. So he supplies you an address for a shitty nightclub, and he tells you we know that there's at least 2 others there. Go there and you can capture them if you want, and he gives you a sharpened wooden stake. You shove that in their heart, they're paralyzed. Doesn't kill them, but it'll keep them on ice, basically.
Like
you,
Bram Stoker?
Yes. Or you could, quite a good novel, or you could just kill them, you know, who cares. Or you could diablerize them. What you did to those people, you can do to our kind as well, and it gives you a portion of their power. But be careful, because with that you consume their soul, and then it's not going to go down quietly. It'll fight for control over your body with you.
I like the sound of that.
No, do you?
My guy just grunts.
If there are any time constraints, she takes a look at herself.
Well,
she's still
there's
colored in dirt, and just like
sunlight will kill. Don't catch a sunrise, and don't catch a fire either. You're quite flammable, you'll find. Someday we'll teach you how to fire dance, but not yet. You're shovelheads. He tosses you a cell phone. If we have any further instructions for you, we'll call on that.
Okay.
We'll be watching you. Go on.
Alright. So I walk with,
I take my hat off, I rub my sweaty bald spot, and I put it back on.
Except it's not sweaty at all. It's completely dry.
Alright, yeah. Well then, yeah. Okay, because vampire.
Yeah.
I was just thinking sweaty fat guy.
Well, you,
but
you do it out of habit, but then you realize, it's completely dry.
Then I put the hat back on, and I'm like, I get back in my truck, and I'm surprised that my keys are actually in there. And I sit there and I ring out the window. I'm like, "Hey, you coming?"
All right, so there's 4 other guys. One of them is clearly still a human, and he's like this big Mexican dude wearing like a concealable armor vest, and then he buttons over. He says, "My name's Luis. You don't know how to fight, chica. So boss man says I gotta look after you.
all right.
All right, now you don't fucking turn me, man. I like the sun. They don't want you to turn me. You turn me, I kill you. And if you kill me, they'll kill you for doing that."
Alright.
All right, cool. And he gets in the truck.
Right.
And the other 3 guys, which are the ones that chat, are the voices in the head of. One of them is this mild-mannered looking accountant in a white button-up shirt and slacks, who introduces himself as Charles Stockoff, and he's just grinning ear from ear. It's like, wow! Guys, can we stop by my office sometime? Oh shit, it's past business hours, huh? Well, I'll track down their addresses somehow. Then there's this other bearded homeless looking.
Help you with that.
Yeah. Then there's this other beardless homeless looking man called Jim, and he's holding a bloody "the end is nigh" sign in his hand, and he just says,
The bones of our ancestors will rise up and reclaim the flesh that they lent our sorry progeny. Go on, we'll do the will of God, my packmates.
And then there's this last really cringy looking skinny pockmarked acne scars guy wearing a fedora. And as Alexandra stops by, he tips his hat, says, "Blady." And he pulls out this katana. "I study the blade. I will keep you safe." And then he, like, with a flourish, he sheathes it, and then it goes past the sheath, and he kind of awkwardly puts it back.
Was the flourish impressive at least?
No.
I think she was walking away like mid.
Yeah, no, you barely even noticed it, yeah.
Now, hold on. Not all of y'all are going to sit in the back of my truck. Get on the rear. Little lady, you can sit up front with me if you want.
All right, Jim's like, "It is the will of God."
Or you could sit back there with them other weirdos. I don't care.
No, I'm going to look past it and just sit in the driver's wherever.
So, Richard, did you notice that the kind of base instinct that you had when you saw Alexandra's gun She's still attractive, but it's kind of in the way of like a statue is attractive. I hope.
Okay.
For you.
Okay. Yeah. Learning this game is gonna be.
Yeah. So
okay.
you still kind of feel the need to. You still have a need for companionship, but like sex, it's dead.
It's more like he's just sort of saying.
Yeah.
these
Yeah.
things
Yeah.
out of
You're
habit.
saying it out of habit, and yeah, you're still clinging to.
You're still you.
Yeah, you're
But
still
it's
you.
like- It's weird because it's like I read some of the stuff. It's like how much of like physical humanity is lost. It's like you hear better because your body's not making noise.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
why I linked. It's a really good source.
Yeah.
But
It's like you can smoke, but it's dangerous because you could light yourself on fire
Yep.
real quickly. And
'cause-
you can barely you have to expend effort to breathe.
Oh, y'all hear the cops.
Yep. So Richard's at Humanity 5, so he's kind of very noticeably off, but he's not like, "Hey, come here." Alexandra, you're at Humanity 6, so you're still pretty normal looking, but you have to kind of like think to breathe.
Yeah.
All right, so are you gonna actually go towards the fucking nightclub, or are you gonna go somewhere else?
Well, I'm trying to make sense of all this, so I'm gonna drive all these weirdos to the nightclub, and I'm just kind of thinking to myself, looking over at everybody and looking in the rearview mirror as I see this weirdo with his stupid fedora hanging off the side of my truck, and I'm like,
He tips
What
it
the-
at you as he catches your eye.
and I like look back, and I'm just doing that thing that Clint Eastwood did in Gran Torino, where he just looks over, and he's like. That look of like disgust, and it's just like I don't understand what world I've just fallen into, but right now I'm just gonna go with it because I know when to keep my head down, and this is one of those moments.
Yep. Also, it's not humanity that's supposed to be capped at 5 at charging for Sabbat, it's passive enlightenment. Vampchin just does that, just assumes that you're running a path, dude, so. It's besides also I just fucking did it. All right. So you start driving back and as you start driving away, you see the dive bar behind you just erupt into this smoldering wreck. It catches fire almost instantaneously and begins to crumble down to the ground. And you hit the accelerator. There's something kind of disturbing about that fire to you.
I shifted into
Yeah.
11th gear, even though I'm not carrying a big load.
Yeah. Looks like we got us a convoy.
I accelerate just to see the people in the back kind of go, what the fuck? I get a little smile on my face.
All right. So,
I'm just digging the dirt out of my nails.
all right. So the designated location is
I
this.
feel like I fell into one of them CVS or CVS VHSs that you all could rent. Y'all rent anything at CVS before?
I prefer to get it straight from the source. Tips. I'm a mighty keyboard warrior. All right. So the designated place is called Club Les Codes, and it's in the suburbs. It's kind of like this like college kids, a couple high school kids. You know, fuck they get through all the time. Get there, or you could go wherever the fuck you want. I mean, it was more of a suggestion.
No, let's just go on with this so I could see where this kind of leads us.
All right.
Because I'm just gonna quietly listen to him before I make up my mind on whether or not to follow these freaks. I mean, even though he doesn't really truly understand the consequences of that action,
Yeah. Well,
it's more like he's just sort of like, all right, I got a feeling that I don't want to try to betray these guys. So let me see where this rabbit hole leads me to.
All right. So you pull up your semi car, and a bunch of like exiting club kids just kind of like give you guys weird looks. But you pull up the semi truck to the parking lot, taking up like, well, actually no, you could take like one parking spot with a semi, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's huge. It's
Yeah,
wide, so
it's-
he'd probably park it way in the back or
Yeah.
something.
I mean, like you somehow you don't really feel compelled to follow the traffic rules. I mean, like double parking would probably be like a Humanity 10 morality check.
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah. Then he'll park wherever he
So
wants.
you all step out, and Alexandra, you're feeling pretty thirsty. Not enough that you can't keep it under control, but you kind of feel like you should, get some soon. Louise is starting to look pretty good, tasty, but he's kind of like, hey, we're not that close, chica. So you park out, and then you see that there's a bouncer in front. there's not really much of a line right now. It's still only like 10 p.m. And then there's the rest of the building. Right next to the nightclub itself, there's a CVS, and across the street, there's like some residential stuff. It's most, well, not residential stuff, but like some closed storefronts. You're basically like in a retail hell kind of area that has a nightclub here because why not?
I get out of the truck and I stretch, but then I go, my back feels better than it has in years.
Yeah.
I'm not used to the, like he does it out of habit. He's used to getting out, letting out a fart, but now he doesn't have to.
Yeah.
Doesn't feel the need to, and he's
You
kind
don't-
of weirded out by
Yeah.
it.
You don't feel any weight of, shitty gas station food in your gut.
Yeah.
It's lean.
He's still fat.
Oh, yeah, you're still fat.
He's still a fat guy.
You're less fat though because the embrace like eats up a lot of the adipose tissue.
But so his shirt is like kind of
Yeah, it's a
it's a little loose.
It's a little loose.
I gotta tighten my belt a little bit.
Yeah, he's tightens the belting.
I look back and I'm like, well, we're here, y'all. I don't know what the fuck he told us to do because I forgot stuff, but
Allow me to remind you, sir.
dear God,
Any
please shut the
tips
fuck up. Could I have somebody else tell me, please?
We must bring forth a word of apocalypse to these unworthy fuckers. We must find the other leeches like ourselves and quash them under our thumbs.
I think what he means to say is there are 2 others,
There are sinners in there. We must go and purge them.
right? And it's our job to we could eat them, we could kill them, we could just look at them and report back. But I want to just start by going in.
All right, I'm right behind y'all. You all lead the way. I'm right back here.
So Louis just kind of like scratches his eyebrows, like, all right, so are we going through the front or are we going through the back? Or I don't know, you want to like drive the truck through the wall? Wouldn't be the first time I see you fucking crazy vampires do that.
Can I?
You
ask
ain't driving
every-
my truck through no fucking wall. I still plan on making
Wow.
money doing this fucking job, all right?
You ain't gonna have a job no more, boss. Your job right now is to fuck up the Camarilla.
Look, son, I've been around the block long enough to know.
I've been around the block longer than you, son. I've been around. You know how old I am, son? I'm 70. Because I keep drinking up that nasty vampire juice you have. Keeps me young, man. Keeps me fucking strong. Anyway, what we doing here, boss?
Let's keep a low profile.
Let's keep a low profile.
Keep
Okay,
a
so
low
we're gonna
profile.
have
All right, everybody, we're going to keep a low profile. You heard the lady. Don't show your ass.
Do I have to worry about you?
I'm sorry. No, you don't.
Okay.
You don't have to worry whatsoever, little miss. You walk right in front. Walk right in front of me.
Deal. So I head over to the bouncer.
All right, the bouncer just kind of looks at you. It's like, huh, whatever. Give me a roll appearance, etiquette, or appearance streetwise, whichever you prefer.
Appearance or etiquette street?
No, appearance streetwise or appearance etiquette. So it's usually attribute plus ability.
Okay.
So you're never gonna roll firearms brawl,
Okay.
but you might roll firearms wits, firearms dex.
Okay, so appearance and etiquette.
Yeah, or
Okay.
streetwise, whichever
Or
you
street.
prefer.
Okay. Well, I got no streetwise, so we're gonna go appearance etiquette.
And you're a woman, so difficulty 5.
Okay.
He kind of looks at you like, you're for some young blood. Yeah, just go right ahead.
Why, thank you.
All right, and you head in, and there's just drowning, thumping, shitty techno music. Yeah, basically.
Yeah, whoever uploaded the soundtrack left like 5 minutes of silence at the end of every single one.
Fuckers. How about you skip over to Club Confession,
Where...
right at the top.
Okay,
There
yeah,
you
that
go.
was one I skipped.
All
over.
right, so who's going next? Richard.
I'm right behind you, honey.
All right, he just kind of looks at you like, huh?
And I want to roll an intimidation
I want to
check.
look
on him.
back and feel like he's with me.
All right, well, give me a manipulation intimidation check.
All right, that would be. Sorry, I have to keep doing this. I'm still learning.
Yeah, the bouncer's not really that intimidating looking. He's just like, he's actually kind of skinny. He's kind of like the skinny fat kind of
He's
guy.
just an ID checker.
Yeah,
Okay,
just-
so
he just has to pretend to ID check all these 16-year-olds.
Yeah. Keep up appearance.
3 intimidation. Where's the manipulation?
Or you can roll strength, or you can roll, actually strength intimidation is fine because you're just kind of like, I'm a big guy.
Yeah.
So just 7d10, difficulty 6.
Okay. So 7.
Doesn't that mean he automatically succeeds?
No.
Oh, okay.
And back to chat.
All right. Rules is written. Maybe I never
One
really
success.
liked that rule.
I just look really pissed at him.
Yeah, he's kind of like, whatever, just go on.
I mean, he's fought enough people to know, like,
Yeah.
this guy's
Yeah,
gonna
this
be
guy's-
trouble, but I'm not gonna. This isn't the
Fuck
night.
it.
I want to get back home to play my Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't have time for this.
All right. So then Louise goes through and he's kind of like taken in without question. Shadeblade tips his fedora at him, and he's like, hey, "Let me roll to see if Shadeblade manages to go through." Shadeblade has 0 streetwise. He has 2 etiquette though. Yeah, Shadeblade, he just like doesn't even look at Shadeblade. He's like, "Can I see that ID?" And Shadeblade just tips his fedora and just flashes something at him. He's like, "Go, fucking go." Charles walks up and he's like, "What? Are you here to pick up your son? Can I just go, man?" He's like, "Whatever." And he goes back to reading his magazine. All right. Okay, alright, so you're in the fucking shitty techno bar, and there's just this mass, you're just instantly struck with a scent of flesh and sweat, much more intense than you remember it when you last walked into a place like this, and there's just massive bodies just kind of grinding against each other on the dance floor. Off to the side, there's like a very basic bar, and there's a stage where there's this DJ doing the thing where it's like the headphones are struck like halfway down,
Yeah.
and he's holding one of them with his hand.
And the mixer board's unplugged. And
Yes. Maybe.
Yeah.
Looks like chat hasn't really been giving us any directives for the NPC guys.
Yeah, you guys, if you're in chat, you give directives to the NPCs that the Charles guy, the Fedora guy,
And Shadeblade.
Shadeblade, yeah, all those guys. You give them directives, so feel free if you want to.
Alright, so what do you do?
Well, I'm smelling something I've never smelt before. Fresh blood. I've never smelled that before. And also, is there supposed to be something on the screen, or is it just...
No, we're gonna theater of the mind it for a little bit.
Okay, sounds good.
I'm just taking a look around, just taking it in. I guess I am trying to see if I can spot others like us.
Okay. You don't have aspects or anything though, right?
No.
Okay, so just give me a perception alertness check, difficulty 8, because, there's fucking lights flashing in your eyes and shit.
It's gonna be, yeah. I know this is gonna be bad, but
He didn't even set the light rig up right, so it's just like hitting the crowd like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, exactly. It's like you're pretty sure there's a guy in the corner having a seizure. Alright, so weaving through the way, so you stare at the crowd for a little bit and you catch a glimpse of a very pale hand weaving through it. At first it's like, oh, it's a goth kid. But then you look further and you see there's another one that's like macking on, that's kind of like grabbing someone by the side of the head and the shoulder and just really openly macking on the kid's neck.
Huh.
And then you can't really see if it's a man or a woman, just kind of pushes him off back into the crowd and starts walking towards the stage, disappearing back into the mass. Richard, what are you doing in the meantime?
I'm just sitting here, just like getting kind of really into the energy before. He's never felt this kind of energy before. He usually kind of writes it off. It's like, these kids, man, and all their stupid techno music, and I ain't into but he's like actually starting to feel it because there's blood around him and there's energy, and he's almost wanting to like reach out and do some macking of his own.
Yeah. All right. So, you can either just try to sneakily do it, or you could try to like, hey girl, which would be
I was actually gonna go with the hey girl.
All right, so that's gonna be an appearance, empathy, or etiquette. No, whatever. You don't think you have like no social skills except intimidate.
No. Yeah.
So just give me a pure appearance roll.
Okay. My appearance is
2.
2. Okay, so
Give me like a difficulty 6.
2.
It'd be 5, but you're kind of weird. It's like, old man. Yeah, it's
I'm just gonna be. Hey, girl, you look pretty fine tonight. You like this music? It's my favorite band. It's called Jerk Stick. I can't see the stage, so I just make a name up. And I'm breathing heavily on her, and it smells like alcohol and blood. So
Yeah, she's kind of like, she kind of like just, kind of like Homer Simpson's back into the crowd.
she like,
All right, so the
and
other,
he's just like, man.
so Shadeblade kind of like tips his foot towards like, lady, by your leave, I must procure sustenance. If something were to go down, we'll come to your aid. And he tips his fedora again and just disappears into the crowd because he fits right in. His katana kind of gets caught in some people, so he's kind of like holding it off close to his side with one hand.
Jim's just kind of like muttering, "Oh, they're sinners in the hands of an angry god." And
But everybody's just kind of like, that guy. And Jim's just looks kind of dead, just waiting for something to happen.
I want to push into the crowd and see if I can get a better look at what I saw.
Okay, what would that even be? I don't know. I'll just roll a d10 for you.
Alright.
Oof!
Ooh.
Alright, you kind of get crushed in. You don't get hurt by the crowd, obviously, but
It's like a mosh.
you're starting to get claustrophobic.
Yes.
Give me a courage check.
Alright.
A difficulty 6.
I thought you were gonna say like it's that one guy who does like Street Fighter moves.
There's this one guy that's like doing reload animations from Counter-Strike.
Yeah, he's just doing all that.
Alright,
I
you.
think it's a botch.
No, that's just a failure.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Because the
Alright.
one canceled out the 6.
Alright.
If it's a bot, you'll know because it'll say negative successes.
Charles, what brand
I
of amp
think
is
I feel that, and I want to immediately retract from the crowd. It's like
Yeah, you just
didn't
you don't
yeah.
want to, and you like kind of like
Yeah.
go back, but someone's like, check out old lady or check out Stacy's mom over there. But nobody really pays you any mind. You're just back at the edge of the crowd.
Yeah.
And you don't want to go. You're not going to approach that willingly again.
And I find that like it's interesting, all these new changes, but there's still I think it's a little sobering. It's like I'm still me.
Yep.
Is Louise next to me?
Yeah, Louise is like, didn't take you for claustrophobe.
I think I saw one of our marks in that crowd.
Oh shit. Well, I mean, you can just go around the crowd, you know.
All right.
And you look, it's like, oh yeah, he's right.
Yeah, I'll go around the crowd towards the stage.
All right, Louise follows close behind you. Richard, are you gonna try to go find another little lady, or?
No, I'm gonna. I see them like moving in, and I'm like, I gotta go help them.
Gotta go help them. All right, you're still kind of beat up.
Yeah, I'm not.
Do you want to heal that blood, or?
Yeah, let's just do that.
Alright.
Like a
So you're now at 9 blood points. You're starting to get a little peckish.
little bit,
Alright.
yeah.
All right, give me a perception alertness roll, both of you.
Okay.
Perception or alertness. This is the thing.
Jim needs to start lecturing. All right, in the back of your mind, in the corner of your eye, you see Jim kind of like take this one kid aside, and he's starting like angrily yelling at him.
My perception is 2, and what was the other roll?
Alertness,
Alertness.
which is 3, so you have 5.
5, and then difficulty what?
6
Okay, cool.
in this case.
Excellent.
All right, you see
-1.
-1. All right, your eyes just get kind of, excuse me, the light flashes in your eyes in a certain way, and it kind of hurts you. You're like, fuck. And then some kids just fucking point and laugh at you, and you feel fucking pissed off of that. Give me a self-control check.
Okay, my self-control was 3.
Unless you want to frenzy.
I don't.
Yeah.
Not in a car, not a crowd, but
Not right now. No. 3, 6.
okay.
Yeah. You keep your shit together.
All right.
And I just kind of look at him like, fuck you, you know? It's like,
And then they kind of like, and then they disappear because you're actually kind of scary.
yeah.
Was the perception just for him?
Both of you.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
you too.
I got 2 successes.
2 success. All right. So you catch this this goth chick walking with this pretty boy in leather pants, leather everything, and you see her open a side door that's marked employees only with a key, and they both walk in and she closes it behind her.
All right.
The kid tells Jim he's an atheist. Well, hang on, let me roll to see if Jim loses his shit when the kid tips Fedora at him.
Facts and logic.
Yeah, fucking mini 90s Ben Shapiro here.
Actually,
Yeah, no, he's just like,
You will suffer eternal damnation for this, as I do right now.
it's like, okay, man, and he just kind of like retracts back into the crowd.
I'm going to walk over to the girl, and I'm going to try and like.
Well, the door. She closed the door behind her.
Oh, she went through.
Yeah, and she closed it behind.
and
It says staff only. Yeah, staff only. Whatever.
Okay. I just want to walk up to the door, see if I can open it.
It's
probably still
locked. It's
yeah.
locked.
Okay.
But Louise just pulls out, flips something out. I got this, boss. You want I should lock it up?
Please.
All right. Let me just pull out Louise sheet. There we go. Dexterity, security.
Charles, take stock of the situation, try to figure out where the other vampires are in the most businessman-like way possible.
Excuse me, have you happened to see anyone especially pale and cold to the touch here? Maybe someone that macked on your neck the other night? Let me see if Charles actually manages to accomplish anything.
Twitch keeps dropping out for you, Fair Fright. Thanks, Amazon. Yeah, tell Jeff Bezos. Frank, if you wanted to go to the YouTube channel, I don't know if that one works a little bit better.
All right, so Charles comes back and he's as you know, Louise is, as you guys stand in front of Louise and nobody notices that he's picking the lock. He says, "Oh, there's the owner is probably the vampire. Her name is Marie." All right, so Louise starts cracking the lock open, and then there's a little like snap, and it's good. And he kind of surreptitiously opens it up. It's like kind of gestures for you to go through.
Luis, I think this is the beginning of a wonderful partnership.
Yeah, don't get ahead of yourself, boss. You're basically cannon fodder. After you.
Thank you. So I walk through the door.
Give me a dex stealth check, unless you're just gonna like not give a fuck.
Dex stealth? I don't think I have any stealth.
Then you roll dex at a difficulty of 7, unless you want to spend, and you can spend blood to increase your dexterity to 5 if you want.
I think I'll try and keep like I said, low profile. So I'll try and use my dex, but
right.
We'll see what happens. Probably stumble over my feet.
Let me roll.
Yeah, nothing.
All right.
You dummy thick.
And Richard, are you going to try to sneak around as well?
Sneak around. You know what? Is there like a back door?
Well, if you left the entrance and went around the back, you could maybe find one. But right now, you can only, the only way that you know for sure goes to where you're trying to go is that staff only door. But you can try to go around if you want. It's just gonna take a minute.
All right. You know what? That's what I see them going in there, and I'm like, I was never really a stealthy man myself, and I'm really not. I'm gonna go around the back. I'm gonna try to be clever, is what he thinks is clever. So I'm gonna go around. I'm gonna try to go around the back, and if he gets lost, if you want, yeah, that's fine.
No, I don't think you'll get lost for that. It's not that hard. All right. Okay. So Alexander, give me a perception alertness check as you're sneaking around. You're sneaking around.
These shovelheads are far too restrained. Oh, don't just give us some time. Give us some time. We'll figure this out. I'm still new to this. Like,
all right, so you start your footsteps. You kind of like knock something over as you're walking, and then you freeze, and then you hear and then it freezes as well, like this kind of meaty clapping sound, and then you hear this female voice like "what?" and then you hear like and this guy's yelping out in pain like "oh god!" and then you hear like a sound of a scuffle and somebody being shoved into a locker. It's like, I fucking told you that they was sending somebody to watch us. Look, Noah. Okay, maybe that second male voice, but we gotta focus. We gotta stay focused. Look, that dive bar just burned to the ground, and those guys that went out to look, they haven't come back. Well, so what? You think it's Sabbat? No. Yeah, I think it's Sabbat. No, don't be stupid. It's obviously that part of that's werewolf country. Even the Sabbat wouldn't attack from there. Well, you're making a lot of assumptions about the Sabbat. Yeah, well, what do you fucking know? Do you want to keep listening or try to do anything?
I want to keep listening.
You want to keep listening?
Yeah.
Look, besides, that guy, we gotta find out who he's working for. I mean, who the hell sends that kind of guy to go spy? I mean, look how thick he is. And you hear like this meaty clapping sound. It's like, I heard the clap of his ass cheeks coming in. I didn't even need Auspex for that. Look, all I'm saying is, that those guys are gone. Yeah, well, they're from Victor's faction. Who fucking cares? Good that they're gone. That means there's less people against them. All right? You know what? We should probably talk to Mort. We should get an actual bid going now. I'm tired of this fucking stalemate. Okay? Meanwhile, you've gotten around to the back. Yeah. You kind of turn the corner and you see that there's two guys smoking there. They're not even paying attention remotely. But what do you do about that?
I walk up and I'm like, hey fellas, you got a light?
One of them goes like, hey, this actually give me a charisma streetwise check.
Okay.
Or etiquette, whichever you have more.
Let's see what I got. Got 2
2
charisma, and then etiquette, which
you have 2 streetwise, so do that 4d10.
Oh, 4d10. Okay. So 4 difficulty 6, right?
Yep.
4.
Fuck off.
I'm sorry. I asked if you had a light, and I meant I need a light right now. I'm jonesing for a cigarette, man. Come on.
Give me a strength intimidate check.
All right. That was 4.
Difficulty 7 because there's 2 of them.
Okay, so that was...
These guys actually look a little bit tougher.
Okay, so strength 4, intimidation
3.
3. So yeah, okay, 7, and what was it? The difficulty?
6.
6. Okay.
Actually 7. Sorry. That's still 2 successes. So it's like fucking all right, man. And one of them takes out a lighter and he flicks it on. Give me a courage roll, difficulty 3. Just 3.
Just 3?
Yeah.
Courage roll.
Difficulty 3. Your courage, I think, is 3.
Oh, my courage is 3.
I think. Scroll down.
I have to like keep
Keep scrolling. It's there. Yeah, courage 3 on the right.
on the right. Oh,
Yep.
okay.
There you go.
Courage 3.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, courage 3, difficulty 3.
Mm-hmm. If you fail this, you will never live it down.
Okay. 3.
Yeah, you kind of like, you don't want to touch that, but yeah, he's holding it up to you expectantly.
And then I basically go in like I'm about to light a cigarette, but then I like punch him right in the fucking face.
All right.
This was all just a ruse so he could get up and.
Of course, yeah. I've seen this one 1,000 million times before.
This is a total this is something they should have saw.
Yeah, they should have, but they're fucking idiots. Give me a dex brawl real quick.
Okay. Dex brawl, so 4, and then what was my brawl?
6. 2, so 6 dice total.
So 6 and difficulty 6.
Difficulty 4. You're catching him by surprise.
All right. 6.
Are you gonna turn potence on, or are you just gonna like do normal bashing damage?
I'm just gonna bash him. I don't want to kill him.
You don't want to kill him. Okay. You're not completely unrestrained. All right.
No. He's not really too sure about his strength just yet.
So that's 6. That's 6 bashing damage.
Yeah.
He can soak it though. So. Oh, he soaks almost all of it. He's kind of bruising and kind of like wipes his hand off, and he's like, "All right, motherfucker, give me an initiative real quick."
Initiative. What do I roll for initiative?
The 1d10 plus your dex plus your wits.
So that was /R. D10 plus. What was the dex?
Your
4.
dex is 4. Your wits is 4, I believe. So it's 1d10 plus 8.
Okay, plus 8. Okay. 12.
12. So put that in.
I'm learning.
You are. Unfortunately, these guys both go before you. One of them pulls out this retractable like baton thing, and he tries to he tries to whack you with it. Give me a Jesus Christ. That's a good roll. Give me a Dex dodge.
My dodge was like 3, I think.
Your dodge is 6.
Oh, 6.
Yeah, total. And your dodge dice pool is 6 dice.
Oh, so I just okay. You gave me the answer.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Difficulty 6.
6.
Okay, damn. You actually dodge out of the way of it. Yeah, and then the other guy tries to punch you. Give me a Dex dodge, but it's -1 for every cumulative hit you have to dodge, so it's 5 dice this time.
So 5, 6.
Or it could be Dex brawl, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, you block it. So now it's your turn.
All right. This time I'm gonna go full force punch.
Are you gonna activate Potence?
Sure.
All right. So that spends a blood point. You have Potence 1, right?
I believe so. Yeah. Hold on. Let me double check that.
Pretty sure you have Potence.
Yeah, I remember I put.
Yeah,
point,
you have
point
Potence,
here. Yeah.
Dominate, Auspex, and Presence on 1. Okay, so roll Dex brawl to punch him.
Brawl was 6, right?
Yeah, 6 dice total.
Okay.
Difficulty 6.
Hey. So 3.
All right. Let's see if he manages to block it. Yeah. Okay. So you, Jesus Christ. That's 4 successes. So every 3 successes, net successes is +1 damage. So with so your strength is 4, Potence 1. That's +1, and then 6. So you completely cold clock this guy, and he just falls to the ground. You just kind of like punch him, and he kind of like sways, and then he just ragdolls to the ground. A bunch of teeth are lying all over the ground.
Ooh.
Now let's see if dude number 1 freaks out from that.
I'm gonna punch him in the fucking face too. And if he doesn't go down, I'm gonna take.
Yeah, he kind of like oh holy shit, and he kind of like starts fumbling for his for a walkie-talkie. What do you do, Richard?
I rush up and I try to stop. Not only stop him from, but I want to like get him up against the wall and do the.
Jesus. Okay, give me a Dex brawl. Difficulty 5 because he's distracted.
Okay, 6, 5, 2 successes.
2 successes. All right, no, that's enough. That's enough to get him up against the wall, and you can feel his bones kind of crack under your grip because you're at like peak human strength right now. You're like the fucking what's his name, Bjornsson, the guy that played the Mountain.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
like that's a level. Like you can crush this guy's head like a grape if you wanted to. Just like fuck, what do you want, man?
I just wanted a light, and then I knock him out.
You're not. Well, give me a strength check to see if you're able to control your strength.
But if not, I kill him. That's fine.
Yeah.
So what's the so 4?
Just four dice. Actually, it'd be self-control, strength self-control. So we'll give it 7 dice.
7.
Difficulty 7.
Oh, difficulty 7. So
Yeah, no, 7. Yeah.
7. Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah. You turn you figure out that you can turn the potence off, and you just kind of knock him. You just kind of like knock him out. Yeah. Okay, so
I'm like, woo! I celebrate like really loudly back
all right,
there.
well, let me roll to see if those fucking dudes having the argument heard that then. All right, so Alexander, you suddenly hear the discussion go quiet. It's like, what the fuck was that? And then you hear, let's go find out. It's the safety's on.
Yeah.
All right, so Alexander, what do you do?
I walk around the corner.
You walk. Okay, give me a dex, just pure dex roll, difficulty 7.
All right. All right.
Shadeblade tries to sneak around. All right, let's see if Shadeblade does anything stupid. Okay, you actually succeed, and you see this one really tall, spindly dude, and the shorter. Now that you're close, you realize she's really fucking short. Goth chick are walking towards the door, and the tall dude has a pistol in his hand, and the girl is barehanded.
Mm-hmm. I look at the one with the pistol in his hand, and
he's got his back turned towards you.
Back to,
yeah.
Oh, they're okay. So they're not seeing. They're walking.
Yeah, they're walking like basically like you're where you are. They're like that. They're the camera basically.
All right.
Shapeblade is dummy thin.
Yeah, he is very thin.
I want to call out to them and say that won't be necessary.
All right, let me just roll for what Shadeblade's doing. Give Shadeblade a perception alertness. He's really good at that. Okay, we'll see what Shadeblade's been doing. All right, so they turn around. It's like, who the fuck are you?
I just want to. I will look at them and I say, the question is, what do you want to be?
What the fuck does that even mean? Then the other guy's like, wait, hang on. That's kindred, Marie. Alright, look. This is a really bad way to set up a first appointment. And then he seems to kind of like size you up. Give me an appearance etiquette check.
Appearance etiquette, it's gonna be... What's it, 6? Difficulty?
Yeah, difficulty 7. Because
Difficulty
you did
7.
kind of barge in.
Alright.
Alright, yeah, he seems to be kind of like less defensive. Alright, well, look. If you wanted to set something up, why didn't you fucking talk to the doorman, huh? Whatever. Look, just meet us back here in this back room in a minute. Just gotta go check on something, alright?
Oh, alright. Because I don't know that he went to the back.
Yeah.
So, says, alright, so, are they walking away and then...
Yeah, so they keep walking past and, Richard, you see the door swing open and this kind of skinny punk-looking guy looks at you, then looks at the down guys and is like, who the fuck are you?
Oh, they come back.
Yeah, no, they go out the back and like the dude sees you.
And I'm like, honey, I'm your worst fucking nightmare. And I go to attack, basically, because I don't know who the fuck these people are.
Great. Alexandra almost had him. All right. Well, since you're actually giving them a one-liner instead of attacking, it's going to be the dude kind of like, he has a gun, he puts his gun away and he kind of like cracks his knuckles like, I'm going to show you some respect, kid. So it's not like, he hasn't escalated to that, so just give me a initiative check.
All right. And that was...
Let me pull up this guy's sheet.
What was the roll? It was slash roll.
Excuse me.
It was roll D.
1d10 plus 8 in your case.
Yeah. Thank you. 9.
9.
I got it.
Okay,
9.
you have the higher bonus, so you go first.
All right. I just go. I'm like, all right. Somebody wants to step up to the plate, so he goes in for like one of those like boxing things. Kind of
try to give him a hook.
Yeah, just give him a quick hook. See how the testing of that goes.
Give me a dexterity brawl.
All right, so that was 4.
No, it's 6.
6. Oh, that's right.
6.
6. 2 successes.
2 successes, and this guy has 6 dice as well. Fuck. And 1 success. You fucking clock him. Are you turning potence on for this or nah?
No potence for this
potence.
one.
All right.
I'm just like I'm feeling like I could have killed him, so I'm like, ooh, I better turn this shit down for a second. I don't want to kill anybody just yet.
All right. The fist impacts against him, and he doesn't even feel it. This guy is clearly not immortal, and given how cold his skin in, that's one of the Draculars. That Greek guy with the headband was telling you to look out for.
Oh yeah, you're a tough one, aren't you? I can feel it. You feel familiar for some reason. Do I know you? Did we fight before?
I mean, I'm kind of new to the city myself, so then he tries to jab you. Give me a dex brawl. 6. Okay. Yeah. Whoa! All right, so you catch it, and then give me the dex brawl roll difficulty 5 now.
Okay, 6, 5.
Damn. Okay, and you clock the shit out of him. Let me see if Shadeblade has the presence of mind to get there and help out.
This ain't my first fight, son. Even though this guy's probably clearly like way older than him. He always says son to anybody who looks slightly young.
This guy looks young. This guy looks like he's in his early 20s.
Yeah.
All right. And then as you do that, you realize that Shadeblade has seemingly teleported behind this guy, and he has a stake in his hand, and he shoves it in the dude's back. Let's see if he manages to soak it. Let's see, Shadeblade needs. So when you stake someone, you need to do at least 3 net damage to stake them. So Shadeblade has 2 potence, so that means it's 5 damage, and he soaked 3 of it. Okay, so yeah, so the stake stuck in the dude, but it didn't go all the way through, and he's like, "Oh, what the fuck?" And then he seems like actually alarmed by it. So meanwhile, Alexandra, you're just kind of like hearing like the sounds of a like scuffle going on in the outside, like fucker. And the goth girl's kind of looking at you. So,
are we in the room? Or
yeah, you're in the back room.
All right.
So, this is very not really following convention, but I'm Marie, Clan Toreador, and you?
Alexandra Camarilla.
Okay, but what clan?
Shit.
Do you have any occult thoughts?
No.
Yeah, well, you don't know. You don't know what the fuck she's talking
shit.
about.
Yeah.
What's our plan? Yes.
Yes.
Well, let's see if did Louise have any? Let me see. Louise might be able to.
What's the clan?
No, Louise has 0 occult.
You know what? Unorthodox is the word of the day because have you noticed I am just filthy with dirt right now.
Hold him down.
I wanted to,
yeah. We'll get to that in a minute.
I know. I just wanted to add.
I think it's appropriate that I apologize first because again, you are in the middle of something. It sounds like the man we sent out was intercepted. This was supposed to be a lot more formal. I'm newly raised, and they have just thrown me into the middle of this situation. I think it's because it's a very sensitive operation that they're trying to put together.
He's been a ghoul for 40 years and doesn't know what clans are.
Well, I mean, he does, but he knows like Simazi and Salubri, so he doesn't want to say that.
Honestly, this was supposed to be just kind of a meet and greet, press and flesh kind of a deal, like just.
All right, so you're basically just like dodging the question. Okay, give me manipulation etiquette then, difficulty 7.
All right.
And what year is this?
It's sometime in the late 90s. We're not. Oh, geez. Okay, so her expression kind of softens, like, oh, I understand. I've only been undead for 2 years, and what with the prince dying so suddenly, yeah, everything's kind of broken down. Okay, well, it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. So,
Alexandra. I'm sorry, I didn't
yes.
say my name. Marie,
yes. So, what brings you to the code?
I was told that it's this is kind of a diplomacy. They're very cloak and dagger with me. I think this is mostly a test for my sake, but I was asked to just kind of make contact, talk about what are your needs. We're looking to seek an alliance of sorts, kind of build power. But we know where we're coming from. There's not much asking power, and so we're looking to make ourselves valuable to you. What can I help you with?
Oh, okay. Well, can you tell me who you're representing here? Because if we're going to get into prestation, I need to know something. You're obviously a fledgling. I can't take it from you. I mean, the city's broken, the court's broken down, but it's not broken down that much yet.
This is all so new and challenging and fun, but they're very. It was very. They're kind of laughing at the expense. They kind of just like threw me into the middle of it. Would you be able to kind of describe some of these different? They threw me in with nothing. Could you kind of give me the features of some different factions so that I might be able to piece it together?
Okay. Did you meet their leader overall?
You know what?
Can you tell me the name of your sire at least? I hope.
Jeez, man, I was crawling out of the earth, and you know what? I have trouble with tight spaces.
She kind of looks at you crawling out of the earth. Well, actually, let me see if she even knows to associate that, because she might not. crawling out of the earth. Do you mean...
I was buried.
Oh. Okay. Excuse me 1 second. Give me a perception empathy check.
All right. Perception, alertness, or just
Empathy, yeah.
Perception, empathy.
Yeah, awareness is noticing physical details.
Alright.
Empathy is, like, you know, sense motive. Basically.
Difficulty 6.
Difficulty 6, yeah.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, she looks like she has the look of somebody who's about to call her manager.
Is Louise with me?
Yeah, Louise is with you.
Louise.
All right, let's just finish up Richard's little fight scene, and we'll get to yours.
Hold down, boy. Hold down.
All right. Hold down, boy.
I'm gonna get the rope from my truck.
No, we just have to stake him, and then we'll have him at our mercy.
Damn, this is like that new movie that just came out with that.
Actually, we don't need rope. We can just stake him.
Stake him?
Yes, you know, shove the stake. It's inside of him. You just gotta give it a little push.
And it's your turn. And there's like a stake hanging out from like it's stuck like between his ribs to the side and a little bit to the back.
So I like, and is he standing?
Yeah, he's standing. He's still standing.
Okay,
The dude is like, oh, what the fuck?
So I go up to push the stake in. I'm like, all right, if you say so, son. If you say that I gotta push this stake in to stop this damn thing, I'm gonna do it.
Okay, give me a dex roll check.
But you better be right, son.
Difficulty 7.
6, 11, 7.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. Let me see if he manages to like, just like, no. Okay, he manages to barely like, nope. Unless if you want to spend a willpower, you can beat him.
No, let's just, I'll let him.
Right, you kind of like try to like grab his like, no, fuck, god damn it. Who the fuck are you guys? And he turns on, and then he suddenly starts moving a lot faster, and he tries to run away. But give me a dex brawl check if you want. You can try to like attack of opportunity him, basically.
Okay. I want to knock him down, so let's see.
Yeah, just dex brawl.
Okay.
All right, and are you turning on Potence or Celeri or anything for this?
Potence for this one.
Potence, okay, so
Yeah.
I'll drop another blood point from you. Yeah, you're gonna, there's no way he's gonna fucking dodge that. Oh, wait, actually, yes. Because of wound penalties. Yeah, no, you fucking clock him. So you have 6 damage. Let me roll a soak.
Where is he? Oh, he's not on the...
Yeah, he's not on. All right. So so he gets knocked the fuck out. He just kind of like, he starts to pull away and you just like plonk him and he just like collapses into the ground with a thud. And then Shadeblade just jumps up and an exaggerated like raises his hand like Assassin's Creed. And then he tries to like just palm thrust it down on the stake. Let's see if he actually pulls it off. Shadeblade, there we go. Yes, 5d10. Actually, he turns on Celerity 1 for this and starts to move faster. Yeah, he just slams the stake down and the dude suddenly just goes, he just freezes. And he gets up and he tips his fedora at you.
All right, 1, never do that to me ever again. All right, you got that? I don't want to hear it. 2, that was freaking awesome. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna give you that. That was freaking awesome.
He moves to tip his fedora, but then he like kind of stops himself.
If you want to keep looking awesome, stop freaking tipping your hat. Nobody wants that.
I have to be a gentleman.
And also get something. Keep the stake. Get rid of that wall hanger that you got hiding underneath your coat. Nobody wants to see that shit either. Don't put that shit away.
I've studied the blade for so long.
Put that stainless steel piece of shit away and go get yourself a real weapon.
He kind of like starts patting the guy down and he pulls out a big Bowie knife and
There you go.
He hides it in his trench coat.
That's what I'm talking about.
And he takes the guy's gun and he's like, and he hands it to you like, do you want it?
I don't want this piece of shit. I got a 44 like in my belt.
Right.
I got this, but I didn't need it. And then I want to try to resist the urge to drink from these guys.
You don't have to roll anything to resist the urge. You can just do it if you want.
Because I kind of want to drink from them.
Do it.
Okay, then I drink.
You might kill him. You might like the one that took lethal damage. You'll probably kill.
I want to drink from the one that I just kind of beat up.
All right, you can drink like 3 blood points safely.
Okay, that's what I'm gonna do.
What was initiative again?
It's 1d10, just a flat d10 plus your dex plus your.
I'm
wits.
like, woo, man! I tell you what, fighting gets you awful thirsty. Usually in a fight like this, though, I kind of want a beer, but. This man's looking pretty nice.
We're creatures of the night. We don't drink.
Please
beer
fucking
anymore.
quit talking.
But
Thank you. And I reach down and I start drinking from the guy. And I'm like, I don't want to hear that I'm the creature of the night anymore. All right? I am a dignified gentleman who drives a vehicle around the United States. The lifeblood of this country.
A knight of the highways.
Dex plus what?
Plus wits. 1d10 plus dex plus wits.
All right. Okay.
Drinking another man's blood. That's pretty
I thought it was 6.
You are literally putting another man's bodily fluids inside of yourself. In fact, it's really gay that you got turned into a vampire because you literally have another man, Kane's blood inside of you. It doesn't matter if you're Cyrus.
I try not to think about that too much. All right, I didn't ask for this.
I never asked for this. All right, let me find Louise.
And then I just yell, "Woo!" from the back, and it echoes into the hall. So that way they can hear it. I want to make sure they can actually hear the big,
guys,
"Woo!"
is this a good shovelhead or what?
Blood was probably in a boner at some point.
I try not to think about it.
Right.
I just drink.
Alexandra, it's your turn. So, like this goth chick is kind of trying to back away.
I want to kind of just like get her to stand still. Like I can use like domination.
Yeah, you can.
I want her to just like straight up catatonic, just like stand still.
Yeah, you can just like. Well, you can one word command, just like stop or just hold.
Yeah, I wanna hold her.
All right, so just say hold. Now let me just GM roll to see if regeneration is better than yours, which is a possibility. Because you're Gen 10, so if she's Gen... Okay, yeah. Okay, roll dominate. Her willpower is... Difficulty willpower is... Where is this?
So it's just going to be just dominate?
No, no. The dominate one roll is manipulation, intimidation.
Oh, okay. All right. And
she has 5 willpower.
Okay. So...
Jim, stake the degenerate whore with your wooden stein.
Okay, you get 1 success, so she freezes, and then Louise just kind of, because Louise knows, okay, boss, look, if I try to actually shoot her, she's going to fucking break out of it. You know, you can't use it to, make them, you can't tell them go put the gun against her head.
No, but stake her.
Well, no, I can't. If I go try to stake her, she's going to snap out of it, boss.
No,
I mean, someone would have to come from behind, and then you hear Jim going, "Sinner!" Let's see if Jim manages to do it. Let's see, normal Jim. Oh man, he actually has really shit dice. All right. Lucky for you, Jim used to be a doctor, so he has really good medicine. So okay, he passes. Let's see if this bitch soaks it. She has 1 stamina. She fails. She is now staked. So Jim's just like the sign just like sticking up and he breaks off the end. So the goth chick's just like face down, like just catatonic there.
They can't talk when they're staked?
Nope.
Okay.
They may or may not. So Luis says, yeah, they kind of know what's going on around them. So like, maybe not say anything real sensitive, but we got them now, boss. Unless there's a third one. I sure hope there isn't a third one. And they kind of like tenses up, like kind of looking around like, oh, okay, looks okay. No, there isn't. Okay.
He heard about the owner, right?
Yeah, so so like these two things happened at the same time. So while you were like, hold him down, Shadeblade, you kind of heard sinner.
Because they said there were 2. So that's what we were prepared.
There was at least 2.
There was at least 2.
Yeah.
All right.
And Jim says,
Harlot, temptress, night-walking dweller of Babel. The dreams will scab over and the blood will drown us all, and they will call out for help, and I will whisper, no.
So they have, so I look at it, it's like we have both of them?
yeah, both of them. That was easy.
So I want to kneel down next to this goth chick, and what I'm thinking what I would do is like, well, we only need one, and I want to like stroke her hair, and it's like, this is all so new to me, and I want to feed on her.
Okay, all right. So you now the blood of a vampire, infinitely more invigorating and just pure. It's like concentrated blood.
I've just been I'm biting my tongue.
Yeah, Jim joins in, but then he backs off, and then you feel the blood just kind of like all drain away, and then she begins to kind of shrivel up like a mummified corpse. But you can keep going. It doesn't feel nourishing anymore, but there's a power there, and you feel if you keep going, it'll be yours.
I want that.
All right. Well, since they're basically since in this case there's no real way that anyone's going to interrupt, you just Diablo. So give me a willpower roll.
Willpower.
Difficulty 6.
Okay.
Because this is opposed. She's rolling against you. If she gets a lot more success, if you fail this, she might hijack you.
Oh my goodness, that'd be interesting.
Yeah, that would.
So I have to get her. So yeah, straight up. I don't think I can. Yeah.
No, well, if she beat you by 5 successes, she would outright hijack you.
Okay.
So you managed to Diablo-rize her, but there's going to be some nasty side effects.
Okay.
So let me just roll on my. Let's see. Do you want high or low to be good?
Low.
Low to be good. Okay. All right. You gain a derangement.
Derangement. All right.
Yeah. So you are going to be. Let me. What do you think, chat? What do you think is a good derangement for Alexandra for fucking eating somebody's soul like half an hour into being a vampire? Like a derangement is like a mental derangement, like megalomania or depersonalization or whatever. In any case, you do not gain a generation because she was a shittier generation. Schizophrenia. Okay.
Writer says.
So I started hearing her voice in my head.
Yeah, maybe. But in any case, you gain 1 auspex.
All right.
And one celerity.
1 auspice and 1 celerity.
Yep.
All right.
And give me a conscience check.
Hold on.
Sure.
I'm trying to find everything. Shit. Where's auspice and celerity? Oh, you know what? I have to add those disciplines.
Yeah, you gotta add them in.
Oh, neat. Okay. Auspice and celerity. And then a conscious check.
Yeah.
Okay.
Difficulty 8.
Oof. 3.
Paranoia, bipolar.
8.
I think bipolar works. Let me just look up how that works in the rules. Okay. You don't lose humanity from the act of killing her. You feel bad about it. But give me another conscience check for the act of diablerie.
Okay. 3-8.
Mm-hmm. 3-8. Okay, yeah, you lose the humanity.
Okay.
You feel the beast slide over. So now you are at humanity 5.
Yep.
Still not for Sabbat. That's pretty good. All right, we're gonna go with bipolar, and I believe that what that does is if you're in the manic phase, it's harder for you to resist frenzy. If you're in the depressive phase, it's willpower checks are harder. Right now, you're in the manic phase. You feel this heady rush of power because you just consume more than somebody's life essence. You consume their very soul.
All right. Bipolar, manic depressive.
Yeah, you're bipolar.
All right.
So Charles comes in. Hey guys, I found out. Oh, you took care of it. Okay. Well, I guess we should go find that homeless guy and tell them about this, right?
Yeah, that's what our contact was. Do you guys see a shower anywhere around here?
You could try looking around.
Yeah, I want to see if there's like any kind of living space or anything.
All right. You quickly find that there's like this very basic bathroom and a shower that seems mostly just to like clean drunks off and shit.
Are there any, like in the lockers, were there any like clothes or anything like that? Anything, there's nothing modest in there, is there?
Yeah, there is. There's some nondescript, in fact, there's some nondescript street clothes that perfectly fit the lady that's now a pile of ashes and clothing on the floor now.
Sweet.
So it looks like the rapture just hit her, except there's some ashes there as well.
I was like, do you mind if I take 5 minutes, clean myself off, get some new clothes?
Yeah, whatever.
Sweet. All right.
I mean, like, it's up to you. Like,
no, I mean, I was asking, like,
Charles takes the initiative, and he kind of is like, dude, come on, why'd you leave these dead guys over here? Like, somebody might see this, and he starts dragging them back inside.
You talking to me?
Yeah, he's talking to you.
I don't know, man. All I know is that these guys did not, and they wouldn't let me in. They just wouldn't let me in.
Yeah, I mean, serves him right.
Yeah.
So he drags them in, and he just, like, shoves them into lockers, and he says, nerd.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that felt so therapeutic to be on the other side of that.
So y'all think we did good? Do you think those creepy dudes in the desert are gonna be like, y'all did a good job?
Louis like, yeah, I mean, that was pretty decent, but I mean, these guys were basically, not much more experienced than you. I mean, that guy was a fucking idiot. Some guy walk up to the fucking backsturve, they'd have just been like, you know what I'm saying? But, I mean, yeah, they're not gonna initiate you for this, but they'll probably, like, maybe give you something. Maybe.
So who do I have to punch in the face?
We got to actually find out what's going on in the court. Who's that? Oh, by the way, that reminds me. You might get some of her memories. So give me an intelligence alertness check to see how much of that poor little Toreador girl's...
Highlander her in.
Yeah, see how many of her poor little Toreador's memories you absorb.
What's the difficulty?
6.
6, okay. 2.
2, okay. So you know that her real name is not Marie. It's... creates name generator. Real names. Her name is Amanda Smith.
Smith.
Yeah.
Her name is Insignia.
And she used to be a art critic.
Oh.
And then you kind of get these flashes of this kind of like older, kind of like distinguished gentleman looking guy who basically seduced her, and then but then there was like a drive-by shooting. She got shot down, and the guy kind of embraced her in a fit of that. So you get some memories of what the clans are. You basically know what it is out of character, right?
Well, I knew like a little bit because I played the game a lot, but so now I know who the clans are.
Yeah, you know what the clans are. You don't really know much about the Sabbat clans, but you know like all the main Camarilla clans: Bruja, Gangrel, Nosferatu, Toreador, Tremere, Ventro. So let me see. So there used to be. So the prince died like a week ago, and now there's 3 guys that are trying to fill in for the position. There's Mort, who's the sheriff, which is the guy in charge of keeping the rules. Which the 6 traditions, you can look those up. It's like the Masquerade, Domain. You guys got to announce yourselves to the prince that you're in the city. But there's not a prince anymore. There's Mort, who's the sheriff, and he's like this big 7-foot tall. Really good-looking Chad Gangrel guy. There's Victor, who was the seneschal, which is basically like the prince's assistant, and he survived. And he's this very like kind of legalistic, not very charismatic, but he knows he's mostly seen as competent, but kind of an asshole by most people. And there's Edgar Stout, who's who's her faction. Who's the Toreador, head of the Toreador clan in this city. And he used to be like the snake oil salesman, kind of like almost Randolph P. Chuckers kind of guy. And you know that he operates out of this place called where's the notes here? Where is it? Sorry. Where the fuck is it? The Crystal Palace Saloon, which is like this kind of like Old West museum, and it's still a bar as well. So that's Elysium. So that's a place where you go, basically it's neutral ground. You can't use your powers.
It's like the Continental.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, exactly. And yeah, for that. So and she doesn't really know much about like the other people in the faction. The other important people in the city are the Hounds, which are the sheriff's deputies. Marco, who's like this Mexican, gun guy. And Ivan, who's this Russian Tremere that he's just kind of like he has this very, very fearsome reputation. People are very afraid of him because wherever he goes, collateral damage follows. But then you catch a few memories of her talking in person with him, and he's like this kind of like very mild-mannered, kind of boring almost guy. And Marco's a Bruja.
Okay.
Other important people, let me see my notes here. that this Stacy would know about. There's Stacy and Chad, which is this power couple that controls the local state university. There's Brandon, who's this Malkavian guy that basically controls all of the media institutions in this city, and he's in Victor's faction. One of the other ones that she knows about is... Oh, there's the Harpy, which is the guy that's in charge of keeping track of who owes who what favors, and basically professional shit talker.
Yeah.
And his name is Kerfufflefumter, and he's done up in like this 18th century aristocratic fop. And he has his grandsire under his thumb because his grandsire is deeply indebted to him. She doesn't know how. And other than that, there's one other person she knows who's this Tremere Victoria, who basically just stays holed up in the Tremere Chantry. She doesn't know where that is. So you also know a few other locations. So besides the saloon, you know that the Hilton Hotel, not the Hilton Hotel, there was this one other art gallery that used to be Elysium before it got burned down. They don't know. She doesn't know what happened. And she knows a couple other nightclubs where vampires hang out.
Okay.
And that, let's see. Oh, and that she remembers that she was told to stay the fuck away from the Oregon Pipe Cactus National Monument and away from the Border Patrol base. Because that's a werewolf country.
Werewolf country.
Yeah. And stay away from the airport too.
And I'm just kind of back there like,
Yeah.
so who the fuck did we just kill?
And one more thing that she knows is that the mafia is really big in this city because, well, they're like declining because of the Russian mafia and the cartels are moving in. But there's still this nice Italian restaurant in the suburbs called the Crock Pot, where the local Don, Vinnie, the meatball Alfredo, operates. And he's this huge fucking fat guy. But she never met him. She doesn't know if he's mortal or not.
All right.
Yeah.
So knowing this, and then like having been like the experience that I went through, would I know enough to assume that the people that did that already know most of that information, or would they find that useful intel?
You don't know. I mean, you don't know if they've actually, for all you know, like, you don't know how much they've penetrated into the city. If all they did was show up at that dive bar and do their thing, right. They probably don't know any of that information.
Okay. Yeah, in that case, so after like I'm mulling this over in the shower, and it's like I'm getting dressed, and it's like I'm thinking, it's like I want to tell, like if they're taking care of stuff, or like we grouped up in that room again, like are there?
Yeah.
I don't want to share that information with everybody. And I'd say, is that enough to report to the contact that we were given?
It's like everyone's like they don't know any better than you do, but Louise is like, yeah, sure.
All right.
I'm just kind of scratching my head like.
And then
hold on. So there's a clan, and then I don't understand. I thought those things were abolished.
No, man. With the vampire, you gotta turn the clock back like 2,000 years, man. I mean, they keep slaves like me.
2,000 years?
I mean, even more, man. I mean, like Cain is
Look,
like...
just tell me why I have to punch you in the face. I'm just going to keep quiet back here.
You just punch them in the face because they're the other guys. You know, they're the other team. They're the slaves of the blood demons that want to eat everyone up. And you fight for the freedom of you bloodsucker guys to go and rip babies' heads off because they feel like it. You know, that's you. You're a big damn hero. Aren't you proud of yourself, man?
Well, shucks, I don't know. I feel pretty good, to be honest.
Well, there you go, man. You
should try some of this blood.
No, fuck. Well, I drink, but it's not gonna replace everything, man. No, fuck that.
So is like this is kind of metagaming a little bit, but I see like a 3-6 near. Is that his blood level?
Yeah, that's his blood level.
Does it, like am I able to feed him?
Yeah, any of you can feed him.
All right. Yeah, I want to feed Louise.
How much? Okay, how much do you want to feed him?
I want to full him up.
You want to? All right. Oops, 60. He just bursts.
And so, do I have to lose 3?
Yeah, of course.
All right.
All right. So you just kind of cut your wrist, and the blood, nothing seeps out as you do, but then you can kind of will it to go out, and Louise is stops what he's doing. Is like a fucking heroin addict, and you've seen many of them working in the library. And he just kind of latches on, and he starts suckling on that until you stop, and you kind of push him off.
You know, normally I would say that's fucking gross, but I just sucked off a dude in the back. So we're just gonna all silently just accept that happens.
So is the one guy who's staked? He's paralyzed. He's just all right. It's gonna be kind of tough to get. Well, we got the back and we got the truck. Richard, you want to bring that truck to the back and we'll load this
Do you have a trailer?
individual. No.
And so how are we gonna load a body up into my truck?
Well, we all got here somewhere. You could put him in the passenger seat. He's just.
All right. Well, I'll put him in the passenger seat. You put a fucking seatbelt on him,
All right.
and then you're gonna sit your ass in the back with the weirdos.
I understand. Thank you, Richard.
Okay. I'm gonna pull the truck around then.
You have a. I mean, you could have driven in a convoy because like you have a car, right? How did you get to the dive bar, right?
That's a good point, but they'd have to drive me back to the bar to get the
We can just say that you.
that I drove my car.
We can just say that you
Took
drove
my
your car.
Volvo.
Yeah.
Your
Volvo.
I have a Volvo.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I was like, fuck it, I'm not gonna sit in this goddamn truck. I'll drive
Just say
the Volvo.
he's drunk and you're driving him home.
Exactly. I'll put the Volvo near the back and then load up the other guy into the passenger seat, and then exactly like he's drunk.
Okay.
And then we'll head out toward to find that.
I'm gonna follow her in my truck, and then if anybody tries to I just lock the door to the path, so I'm by myself in my truck, and then the fedora guy, and he's like, and I'm like.
So the fedora guy holds the fedora just kind of like scampers over to the other car, and as soon as you hit the unlock, he like opens the door for your Alexandra, the lady.
Oh no!
For my car.
Yeah, for your own car.
You know what? It's growing on me.
Yeah, it does feel kind of nice to have somebody serving you hand and foot, huh?
I was like, what's it? Shade blade? Shade blade is like, listen, I'm starting to appreciate this, but I'm not going to call you Shade Blade.
Milady.
What do you have like a Christian name, something?
I can't be considered a Christian anymore, milady.
No, but
I'm
like,
a creature of the night.
What about your name? Like, I'm assuming Shade Blade wasn't your given.
My name died with my mortal shell.
I'm gonna call you Sean. How's that?
As you wish, milady.
Thank you, Sean.
All right, let me roll to see if anything retarded happens on the way there. Okay, as you're driving down the convoy, being you kind of start speeding, and then a cop turns on the lights and starts following you. Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
You pull over.
Yeah, I just look at the window and I'm like, ah, shit. Yeah.
All right, so then there's like the lights, and then. Excuse me, sir. License and registration, please.
Yeah, I got it right here. I'm reaching for my license. I got my registration in it. Can I go get it?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, I'm reaching for it in here. And I
Shit,
handed
my headphones disconnected.
Whoops.
I wanted to get
it. So there's two plugs on that. You have to find the one with the headphone jack in it.
Yep.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, I'm like, all right, here you go.
And he takes it, and he kind of looks over, and he kind of looks out to the other dude that's like, stiff and upright, staked out in the seatbelt. Is like, sir, what's going on with that guy?
He's fine. Listen, he had too much to drink. I'm just trying to get him
just
home.
like frozen stiffly up.
He does this every fucking night. Every time I try to take him out, he drinks and he just gets this way. He's fucking weird.
And for a second, Sean! Give me a manipulation.
That's not gonna run well.
Give me like a manipulation streetwise check. Fuck it.
Manipulation streetwise.
Streetwise 2, and then manipulations at the top.
Yeah. So you have 2 manipulations. So four dice.
Yeah.
4, 6, right?
Yeah, 4, 6.
What? And 6.
Sean!
0.
I'm gonna ask you to step out of the vehicle, sir.
Is this really necessary?
Please step out of the vehicle,
this
sir.
Is the third time I've had to do this. Oh my god. So I'm stepping out of the vehicle, but I'm already thinking in his head like, I'm a Superman. I could take this motherfucker down. Like, I'm thinking in my head, like, all right, I'll wait for my moment.
Also, Alexander, you see that the cop pulled him over. Are you gonna keep going, or are you gonna?
I don't have anybody else.
So you're downtown, but you're like in the inner city, kind of like shitty, kind of Detroit ass part of town.
No, so the only person I have in the car with me is...
No, you have everyone else in the car with you. Yeah, because they don't want to hang out the fucking side of the truck again. Fuck that.
All right. Does anybody... I keep driving. Does anybody say anything?
And they kind of like look like Jim kind of looks back. A pig! An agent of the corrupt government that would give us the mark of the beast!
Yeah, he can handle himself.
Yeah, okay, that's probably right. And the officer tells you to like just hang on there for a second. He goes to like kind of like puts his hand on the dude's shoulder, like, sir.
He's just really look. You're not gonna wake him up. He's dead tired.
Oh wait! I misunderstood. I thought the staked vampire was in my car.
No, he was because you put him on the.
We put him.
Yeah,
in there.
when you put the seatbelt on.
Oh,
yeah.
Shit. Okay. Belay that. I'm getting over this. All
right, so you pull up, so you kind of like pull up and stop.
Actually, I'm manic still, right?
Yeah, you think you can do anything, man.
I'm gonna pull a Yui and I'm gonna go for that cop.
Try to run him over.
And I'm just sitting here like, look, he's just sleeping. He's dead sleeping.
Wait a second, is he? And then he turns around and is like, give me a what's a drive roll, Alexandra.
What's drive? That's gonna be a 4. Is it 6?
Yeah, that's what your what's drive adds up to.
Oh, 4. What's the difficulty?
6.
6. Okay. Are you? So can I just assume 6 unless you say?
Yeah.
Okay.
If I don't say, just do 6.
All right.
All right. That cop was not expecting that because you turned the headlights off, so he just kind of like, doof, and you hear the bones cracking, and he falls to the ground, and then Jim kind of like steps out. And he says, "I wanted to do this for so long." And he pulls out his gun and he cocks it, and then he puts it up against the cop's face, and he kind of like looks at you for approval.
I just kind of look away.
and I'm over here like, hell yeah, man.
Okay, he pulls the trigger. The cop's brains blow out.
Man, this is one.
Give me a conscience check for encouraging murder.
I'll tell you what, man. This is one hell of a nightmare I'm having. But dang, is it fun? All right, let me see here. Consciousness check. Does he even have a conscience?
Yeah, you have conscience. Yes, you do.
Where is it at? That would be there. It is 2. So
difficult. Conscience checks are always difficulty 8 unless otherwise specified.
All right.
Let's see. Where is Charles? Stockton.
0 success.
Charles wasn't there. 0 success. You lose a humanity. You're at humanity 4 now.
All right. We'll update.
So now you're pretty obviously a creature of the night. And Charles is now at humanity 3.
Where is humanity?
Bottom. Nope, scroll up a little bit.
There we are. Yes, thank you.
All right, Charles is now humanity 3.
Thank you.
And is there ways to get humanity back?
Yes.
Okay.
You can spend XP or you can do good deeds.
Okay.
So Shadeblade tips his fedora at the cop, and Charles just takes the dude's gun and nightstick and his badge. He's like, "Ha! Look at me! Do you know how fast you were going there, sir?" And he's like, "Hey, let's take this guy's cop car."
I'm looking around. It's like we're in the middle of a city. Still.
You're downtown, but it's like a really shitty part of town. And like you see a couple people that actually saw that, but like one of them's like kind of like nodding at you, like, "Hell yeah, man! Fuck the police."
Brother Malachi asks, "What are the NPCs doing now, and why aren't the Sabbat vamps on a path?"
Well, because they're not on a path because they just fucking started.
Yeah.
Jim says like the communication between long distances is the providence of God, and he pulls out the radio and he like throws it on the ground and he rips the cop's clothes off and makes a little pile, and then he like takes out a match and he lights it, and then
I'm looking at Luis. It's like, Luis, do you know anything about typical gang calling cards, anything like that?
Oh man, around here, I mean, Latin Kings, Crips around here. I mean, Fuck. I mean, we can just.
So if they just found this guy on the road and this.
They'll probably
conviction,
just
they'll probably just
blame the local black people, man. I mean,
I want to get my toolbox out of the car.
All right, you get your toolbox out of the car,
and I want to take the radio out of the police car.
Well, Jim already burned it.
Oh, I didn't even.
Well, no, he burned the policeman's personal radio. So you want to I want to
take the one out of the police car.
Great.
I already have one in my car, but I want to kind of just.
Yeah, sure. And Shadeblade takes the dude's shotgun as well.
Yeah.
In the car. All right, so give me.
I want to add it to my truck. Yeah.
Give me.
Luis already has body armor.
Yeah, Luis has very basic body armor, so it's like 2 soak damage. The cops has 3, so it's like 3 points of armor, but you can't really conceal it very well. It's overall on. But you can take that too. Yeah, give me a wits security or wits craft roll.
I'm gonna leave it.
Yeah, okay.
Because it's more incriminating to have it on me than it is
4 wits and then security.
Larceny. You don't have it, so just roll 4d10, difficulty 7.
4 and 7. What?
Yeah, you pull it out. It takes you a couple minutes though, and Louise is like, we should probably get going.
We probably want to make ourselves scarce.
Like I cut my hand a little bit, like motherfucker.
Right. So you steal the police radio, you steal the shotgun. Jim takes the dude's armor and he just throws it in your trunk.
Okay.
And you guys keep driving on.
All right, we keep it.
All right. So you
as I'm driving away. I'm feeling good. He lost humanity, but man, is he having fun tonight.
Yeah. All right. Well, I didn't see you say to take it, man. I go by what I last noted, what I noticed is chat. Oh, what's this? All right. So you make your way back to the designated. You know the intersection. It's like one of the worst parts of the town, and you see this homeless guy kind of like sitting down, his head down. He's like wearing this really torn military style jacket, and he's like, you got $1 for someone what fought in the war, son?
Who's is he just talking to the group?
Yeah, he's just talking to you as you approach.
Oh, I got out of my truck and all that?
Yeah.
Okay, what was it? I'm sorry, I was looking at something.
Yeah, you went to like this intersection, this really shitty part of town, and there's like this crazy, homeless dude, big white beard.
And we get out of our cars.
Yeah, and
are we holding on to the one vampire?
Yeah, you're kind of like Shadeblade just like slings him over his shoulder, like the hand over his shoulder, like he's drunk.
Okay.
I just look at him and go, fuck off.
Oh, that's not real respectful of you,
I said,
son.
fuck off.
Richard. That's our contact.
Son, I'll have you know I fought in Nam and in World War II in Korea.
Well, I apologize. Thank you for your service, sir.
Oh, well,
now fuck off.
And the Civil War.
Son, I'm about to shove this 45 up your ass. I don't care if you're a vampire or not.
You want to take control of me before I get...
I'm trying to... Richard, god damn it.
All right. I'll listen to the lady.
Thank you for your service. Oh, fuck. I'm Fred.
Hi, Fred. We were told to talk to you after we did some business. And then I went gesture.
Oh, you use a guppy, you did? Come into my office, and then he just like kicks down this boarded up door of a nearby building, and the shit just like flies over there. Like, holy shit, this guy is a lot stronger than he looks. Then he leads you inside, and there's like a bunch of passed out crackheads everywhere. Don't worry, they won't hear nothing. You can fill up if you want, but you might catch the HIV. You might. Unless that's your thing.
I'm good, thank you, sir. We'll just keep on moving past this.
I like that. I fought in Nam in Korea in World War II and World War One.
He did.
Civil War.
Not the Civil War. He went up to World War One.
World War. All right.
I lied about my age to sign up. I was 14, and then I lied about my age to sign up in Vietnam.
Because I was 86.
Because I was real old.
It's like there's a reason
I was in my 60s.
He's called Dick Hawk, which would be pronounced Dick Cock. I hoped I.
So you're the next graduating class of shovelheads, huh?
I suppose so.
Fuck, it's a shovel head.
You're a shovel head. They
What the fuck
slapped
you
you
calling
on
a shovel head?
They slapped you on the face with the shovel
Now-
head, didn't they?
Now, sir, I appreciate your service, but kindly tell me what the fuck is a shovel head?
Well, I'm telling you, Sonny, what happens is when they, instead of actually looking and picking for people that would make good prospects for Sabbat, they just take whoever's nearby and just, turn them into one of them chomping boys and then slap them in the face with a shovel, get them to dig themselves out and go kill shit. That's you.
Saban?
Sabbat, didn't you hear anything this young lady
I
just...
don't pay attention none.
Well, you ain't gonna last very long if you don't pay attention, son. I
I've
hate
been
to say
doing-
it.
I knocked out 3 men.
Yeah, you knocked out 3 more. You can knock out 10 mortals. You're a goddamn vampire, son. That ain't nothing to be proud of.
I just kind of like look down and I'm like, well, I feel pretty fucking good.
Richard, you do a wonderful job punching people.
And that's
Thank
about it, looks like.
Thank you. I'll try.
Uh,
Do you got any more people I could punch?
long and short of it, it's.
No,
it's
you
an-
continue. You talk over me.
I'm talking to Richard. It's like, Richard, it's an us versus them kind of situation. You stick with us. Maybe we get to live a little bit longer. We do the opposite of what we're told. Bad things are probably going to happen. Bad things are going to happen either way.
Well, I'll give you a tip here, young lady. Your new Sabbat masters, they don't really have much regard for your preservation. I mean, they might just tell you to go up and fight Mort, and they won't give a fuck. You'll die. But it distracts Mort so they can do something else. They'll do it. So, I'm kind of a sympathetic. I have a soft spot for the FNGs. I mean, seeing as I fought in the war and the second war and the Korea, and he pulls out and he like opens his jacket and you see all the medals. It's like, holy shit, that's actually from all of those wars.
He has all the medals.
Yeah, he doesn't have the medal. He doesn't have the Medal of Honor, but goddamn,
He's
probably
a lot of Purple Hearts.
a lot of Purple Hearts. I'm sure I'm glad Maria can make me new fingers because I was missing a few. Anyway,
You got like 5 different names on them medals.
oh yeah, I had to keep lying about my age, son. They wouldn't let me re-enlist. They wanted me to make me an officer. Can you believe that?
I wasn't able to get into the military. I had back problems.
Yeah, sure you did. Anyway,
You could tell by his loose shirt. You're like, yeah,
So-
sure you had back problems.
So I look at Frank and I was like, we need to show... Fred. I'm sorry, I thought it was... Fred, we need to show that we're useful, and we need to do it faster sooner than later. Is this a good start?
man, that's actually. I mean, the fact that you ain't a pile of greasy ash on the floor means that you've already exceeded everyone's expectations. I mean, we have expected you to just try to run away off into another city and forget this all happened and get torn apart by werewolves or, just catch a sunrise. But you actually listen. There's nothing compelling you to do that.
Well, I see some avenues for a betterment of my unlife.
Yeah, you're power hungry. I get it, girl.
I'll be honest, I was scared shitless. Just wanted to point that out.
Very brave of you to admit that,
Yeah,
Sonny. Now shut the fuck up. The smart lady's talking.
Yes, sir.
So, now that we got this person, what Fred? I'm going to
Fred is a ghoul, for reference.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Fred, we were told to come and talk to you after we had finished what we were told to do. They told us that there were at least 2 like us, and she like gestures
In
to
the nightclub, yeah.
Nightclub. I ate one. And,
diablerie!
I suppose
That's
so.
bad for your humanity. You keep doing that, girl, you're gonna turn into a... Anyway, go on.
Noted. And we have this one that we captured. Now I defer to you.
I don't give you orders, Missy. I'm a ghoul.
Well,
so what happens? So how it works is, you see, the pack doesn't trust you as far as they can throw you.
Sure.
I mean, they're actively kind of expecting you to betray them. I probably would. But anyway, assuming you don't want to, you can't talk to them directly unless they'll come to you.
Yes.
So what happens is they don't even really want to trust you with a phone number because, I mean, even if you don't betray them, you might get captured.
And they might take
Yeah. So anyway, how it works is you come here, you give the information to me, I give the information to them. Then they call you up on that cell phone, or they send me, or they'll find you.
All right.
You're pretty easy to find. You not so much, but you're easy to find. I mean, even every shovelhead package, just look for the dead cops and
what do you mean?
drained hookers.
I could totally blend. I blend in perfect. Don't I look like Shanman? Don't I look?
Oh no!
Don't I look like? Don't I look like I could blend in? To be honest.
No.
Well, I appreciate your honesty, and I won't hit you for it.
You ain't gonna hit me. You lay a hand on me, Sonny. I'm gonna
Not
shove.
you. I'm talking the
Shade
Oh yeah, I don't care what you do to him.
Yeah, no, I was talking. I'm like, I thought he said no.
Yeah. No, Shadeblade is like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what we are. What matters is.
All right, I want to talk to somebody who actually has a brain. Well, never mind. I'll accept that. Fine. I guess I do need to go to the Gap.
Well, I mean, they're
something.
eventually gonna give you some instructions, but I mean, you tell me. What do you? If you're actually committed to fighting this war, what do you think's the next move, Missy?
Military surplus, right? Am I right, sir?
Shut the fuck up, son.
Okay, sir.
You get it from the source. I know a guy in Mexico. He got all kinds of Soviet hardware, but you ain't getting none. Cause you rude. he like rumbles around in a box and takes out an AK and he like throws it to Alexander. Here, congratulations on your first cavalry, Missy.
What'd you give me?
An AK.
I have an AK.
You have an AK.
I'm looking at it and it's not like I don't know what to do with it, but it's a little large for me.
Give it to one of the other guys. I don't care. Anyway.
That's not fair. I wanted a AK.
Seeing that Richard wanted it,
just kill one of them cartel boys. Go to the Clitless Sow. It's full of them cartel boys.
What does Luis say to that?
Luis is like, oh yeah. Well, I mean, look, different cartel man. Okay, I'm a Zetas guy. Local here in Sinaloa. I don't have that much context, man. I'm afraid.
Gotcha.
I mean, Clitless Sow. What are they, like hardcore anti-Muslim? Yeah, they sure are, Sonny. See, I've been doing some scouting myself while I was around here, and I identified that. I don't know if there was any Fangy Boy interest in the area, but I mean, you want to go kill a bunch of mortals with guns, you can go right ahead. That'll be a great distraction, or you can do something actually productive.
What kind of weapon does Luis have?
Luis has a Tech 9, which is like a machine pistol, and he has a big-ass knife, and he has a machete.
I look at Luis and it's like, Luis, would you like to make use of this?
Oh, hell yeah, man. Yeah. Thank you very much.
All right. I would imagine that we need intel, about as much of it as we can possibly get. What we could do is I want to relate the information that I learned from David.
That's fine.
And then I suppose I wonder if this one might know any more. We don't have any information on him.
Don't you worry, Missy. We'll take him over to Maria and she'll torture it out of him.
Oh, excellent. So we won't have to do that. Okay.
Yeah, no, they don't trust you to do that.
All right.
Maybe someday they'll teach you how to get a venture talking with 2 toothpicks and a lighter, but not tonight.
Excellent. What time is it?
It's like right now. It's like midnight.
Midnight. Oh.
Sunrise is about 7 o'clock.
All right. Fred, if I wanted to learn more about, because that's what I'm thinking. Like as a player, I'm thinking, I am thrust into this world and I'm trying to understand the powers at play. And I know you went through.
Yeah.
What I got was that there are 3 people and they're all trying to fight for Prince.
Well, they're not actively gunning in the street yet.
Okay, yeah.
They're mostly just like trying to. It's like political party basically.
Right.
Like, here, be on my team. Be on my team. You know.
I I want to get to the point where like I can see the chessboard. Like I want to know who's in what pockets, what are the alliances, what are the rivalries, so I can start trying to pull strings.
Well, that's fair. Well, I mean, yeah, Carl's gone. Yeah, he's not really gonna. I don't think Galatat's gonna show up for a while. It's fair. Thanks for showing up, dude. Anyway, he says, well, I mean, you've shown that you're not completely incompetent at playing off as another Camarilla. You could just say you're new to town. That's a fair excuse. They don't really seem to know there's Sabbat here. Some of them might be able to catch you in the lie, though. In any case, you ought to go. I don't know. Find one of those other vampire clubs. Because you know who's in Stout's party. So go to one of the other clubs and find out what's going on. Just say you'll take a boon from them. They'll be happy to. They'll do whatever you want if you take a boon from them. Owe them a favor. I mean. You don't have to cash that in.
I see. So the key word is boon. All right.
Yeah.
And so I Richard.
Yo.
Mr. What was your last name?
Hawk.
Hawk. Mr. Hawk.
Like Tony Hawk?
No.
Oh.
You're a
who
skateboarding
was that?
fan?
Yeah.
Who that?
Anyway. Oh, by the way,
Tony
I do have to
Hawk?
recognize you did manage to stick that boy out, so he gives you an AK as well.
Oh, thank you. This is really nice of you. I appreciate it. Well, I'm sorry. Yes, my name is Richard Hawk.
Mr. Hawk. How'd you feel about causing a little bit more mayhem tonight?
Well, shoot, little lady, all you had to do was ask. I'm always ready to cause a little mayhem, I suppose. I mean, this is all just a really bad dream, so, I mean, we can just do about anything.
All right.
He's not fully buying into the vampire thing.
That's understandable.
He's like thinking like, he's like, this feels real, but this can't be real.
No.
All right. Hold on to that. Things will probably break bad. But let's see what we can do with our words.
I mean, one thing the pack did kind of want to find out was if that mafia guy was one of them or not.
Oh, yeah.
Because he might be a Giovanni.
Gotcha.
They can, Giovanni, you can deal with them, but they might rip your soul out and twirl it around like spaghetti and suck it right up.
All right. Let's head to that restaurant then.
You want to do that, or you want to do that? You can do that, or you could go try to find out who's who. Up to you.
That it sounded like yeah, I think because I know where the restaurant is, and I have like the guy's name, and I know that he has mafia connections. Maybe we can just drive, see if it's open, just see what's going on.
All right, little lady, but I'm gonna tell you what. You go up there. You be on your best behavior, because even if he's a mortal mafioso, he could still fuck you up if you don't approach with respect.
Absolutely.
Think you can do that, country boy?
I'll do my best, sir.
damn
Thank
better.
you for your service.
You can stop saying that, boy. I didn't do it for you.
Yes, sir. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, and that reminds me. Watch out for the Pro-Federacy. There's another Sabbat pack in town. They're Pro-Federacy.
And you said you never became an officer? You never became an officer?
No, fuck that shit.
Yeah, so every time I say sir, you've got to be like, hey, don't call me sir. I work for a living.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, you got to remember that.
Yeah. Anyway, they're Pro-Federacy. They're Ductus. He's a real tough guy. Civil War general. He's like one of the few officers I can respect. But his boys? No, they're all fucking crazy rednecks. They're all... They came up with the name because they found out that con means against.
Now
they're technically on our side, but stay the hell away from them.
Right. So if I see him, I shoot him. Right. I got
No, you stay away. We'll fucking diabolize you, son.
I don't know what that means, but I mean, I guess
it's what the little lady did to the big titty goth girl.
What happened?
She sucked the soul right out of her.
Whatever you all say, little lady. If you suck souls, we won't even talk about me sucking that dude in the back.
You gotta suck a whole lot more dudes for this unlife's over.
Can we please
I am
just change the
uncomfortable with the amount of times that we've said suck. No, Fred. Okay, this mafioso. Camarilla,
I don't know.
We just don't know. That's
You're
the
gonna
thing.
find out.
So we gotta find. So
He
it's
could be a
anything.
normal. He could be a
Alright.
normie.
All right. Do you know if he wants anything?
I don't know. I don't really follow the mafia stuff, but I mean, there's those white-suited Russian boys in town, and there's the dang old dirty Mexicans. Louise kind of looks at him. Yeah, fuck you, Louise. I know. I meant you too.
Is there?
But I don't know. Maybe he wants a hand blowing them up. You're pretty good at that. Or maybe if he's a fangy boy, maybe he wants you to wipe out a rival so he can swoop on their territory. Because if he's Giovanni, he can't act directly against the Camarilla. You see, they signed a contract. But I mean, he can do underhanded shit like hire you boys. I mean, you're not even technically Sabbat, really. You're shovelheads. You're deniable assets. You're shadow runners, chummer.
Okay. So make contact. Be respectful. He'll respond the same if I offer him a boon, whether he's mortal or vampire.
Yeah, Giovanni's do the boon system too.
Okay.
If he's a vampire, he won't kill you if you approach with respect.
Gotcha.
Now he might try to pump you for information.
Richard, did you hear that?
What was that? I'm sorry.
Now I don't know how he's going to react if you tell him you're Sabbat. He might see that as an opportunity.
I don't even know what a Sabbat is, so I'm just going to say nothing.
Yeah, probably for the best, you dumb fuck.
I just want to make one suggestion, sir, if I may.
I work for.
I work for a living, goddammit!
I mean, listen, I just wanted to say, you should. I don't want to tell you how to live, but this place could definitely use one of them newfangled Glade plugins.
That's the point, son. Nobody gonna come snooping around some crack house, except for the real desperate vampires, which is a plus, because then I can stake him out and get a nice snack for Maria.
I'm gonna go outside for a smoke.
You can't smoke, son. You get a match, a little bit of a ladder near you. You catch on fire, boy. Fire bad.
What? This sucks.
Yeah.
I don't want to do this.
Well, why do you think I'd refuse to embrace all these years, sonny?
Just a quick question. Like, could you still get like high off of the nicotine or anything? You're not alive.
Well, I mean, if you try drinking one of those crackheads there and find out.
Oh.
You get secondhand.
I see. Huh.
So you want to get drunk just to get some dude drunk and then give him a little sucky, $5. I don't saw me a mighty cute Asian girl walking down the street, but she didn't even look at me.
Well, that was the intent, wasn't it?
No, I have money, goddammit. She won't give me time of day anyway. Fuck it.
Was this recently or was this 30 years ago? Both.
30 years ago, I would have just been able to run them down.
Oh, jeez.
But Maria didn't want me raising no trouble here.
No.
Except for these here Negroes hot up on crack, but they ain't telling shit.
I don't know much about anything. So we're gonna go.
Let's head out. Let's go have. Do you like Italian food?
You can't eat, sonny. You would put food, it turned to ash. Don't eat. It'll make everyone know what you are.
Sir, no disrespect, but you are.
You call me sir, and he starts knife handing you. What is your major malfunction, Private?
No, I was just gonna say you're a real downer. Just wanted to put that out there. Maybe that's the reason why that cute Asian girl didn't want to talk to you.
I ain't no downer. I'll have you know I'm high on cocaine right now. I've been high on cocaine and Vitae since '84.
Let's go get us some
Let's
breadsticks.
get out of here.
You got a little ape on you too, don't you, little lady?
You smell that?
Oh yeah, I smell that. I got them owl specs, I do. I got all kinds of tricks up my sleeve.
So you got that AK. I don't suppose you have anything else that you might be.
Oh, what do you want?
Let's see. What would be useful? Geez.
I've been accumulating military hardware since 1918.
Shoot, there's all kinds of stuff. You know what? If I could just have another some ammo and a magazine, I think I was walking light.
Oh, I'll give you a whole spam can for a little bit of coke. Yeah, he just gives you like this can with a little can opener. It has Russian writing on it.
All right, thank you very much.
Yeah, all right.
Okay.
Yes.
Right. Okay, if we're gonna go to the crock pot, I'm gonna get the guy that the fucking crazy person who came up with the meatball to portray him. So I'm gonna invite him to this Discord if that's okay.
Yeah. I was actually gonna be like, can I trade this AK for a grenade? But I was like, nah.
You'd do it. Anyway,
Nah.
too late. All right, so
Yeah, too late. Yeah, I was gonna say too late.
all right, so you convoy your way back up to the suburbs, and you see on the like as you drive past, you see a bunch of other cop cars. They're congregating on the cop car with like the dead guy, but they don't do anything as you drive past.
Wow.
Yeah, he's on. All right, so you make your way over to the crock pot. Put on the Godfather theme.
We'll get muted.
Oh, we'll get muted. Fuck. All right.
Yeah,
You
it's
know,
not YouTube. YouTube won't mute us. It's Twitch.
Twitch.
That,
All
yeah,
right,
they
fuck.
mute.
All right. Well, you make your
could
way
some-
over to
you could look up generic mafia
No.
soundtrack.
All right. Well, you
We'll
make
just-
you
yeah,
make
we'll
your
just
way
go.
up to the crock pot,
The crockpot.
and it's mostly empty right now. Given the hour, it's about 1 o'clock now
Mm-hmm.
because it's right at the outskirts of town. It's not quite in like the actual like rural farms full of illegal Mexicans and shit, but it's like kind of out there. And you walk in and it's pretty quiet. There's like some obvious mafia goons standing around, and what they kind of look at you as you approach, and it's like, oh, are you here to see the boss?
Yes.
I ain't never seen you. Oh, whatever. Well, come right in. And they walk in, and you notice that all of the dudes in here seem to be really fucking fat, and all the chicks seem to be really fucking thin and like supermodel look. And they all kind of look related. Let me bring up the visual reference for Vinnie the Meatball Alfredo. Actually, Vinnie, could you post the portrait for our fine pack? Post it in their Discord.
I don't know. What's it to you?
Well, they gotta know what you look like, boss.
That's fair. I respect that. Let me just find that real quick. I'm not sure where I put it. I know I put it somewhere. It's gotta be up here.
Mafia kazoo music.
Christ.
Let's go to bensound.com. We're gonna pick world.
Brasil, meu Brasil, bem brasileiro. Puta que pariu, mano. Can't you just search bar? Just like put mafia.
I got Mario Kazoo.
Generic mafia music. Rick Ross. Yeah, that won't get us kicked off YouTube.
Trap songs. Best EDMs. Yeah, just fuck it. Oh, maybe there's the Mafia games. Maybe you can just look up their soundtrack.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Oh, here it is.
Thank you.
Just took me a minute to find it.
The Meatball. There you go.
Mafia 1 OST.
Yeah. So sitting at like the end of the next to like the small stage that's currently unoccupied is this fucking absolute unit of a guy. And he's in at first he looks really pale and he's like, okay, that's a vampire. Then he like kind of twirls up some spaghetti. He's like, and he eats it.
But that doesn't necessarily mean that he isn't.
Well, Fred told you that
Fred
vampire
told me
can't
that
eat.
They can't eat. All right.
That's what Vinnie the Meatball looks like, folks.
Wow.
So, Vinnie, one of the boys says, "Boss, we got some petitioners for you, and they look like they're new in town."
What do we know about him?
I didn't think to ask, boss. Sorry.
Of course you did, because you don't think.
Oh, sorry, boss.
Swear. There's no good help around here.
Oh, you want I should ask their name, boss?
Yeah! I'm thinking that maybe we should do some basic information gathering, okay? Get at least the names of these, okay? Or I'm gonna put you in the freezer with cannoli.
Oh no, not the freezer, boss. I don't want to be leftovers. All right, so the Goomba.
Oh, you don't.
So the Goomba who looks like a slightly like a moderately less not slightly moderately less obese version of that guy turns to you is like, what are your names?
I am Alexandre Ducamp. This is my associate.
I'm Richard Hawk, good sir. Do I have to kiss a ring or something? Do we like kiss rings here or something?
That's the
point,
if you're gonna show respect, you will. What's your use kindred?
Yes.
What's his clan?
Torador?
See, I don't agree.
Toriador? Yeah, you look like a Kuchek Toriador. You know what, a Bruja?
Yes.
Given the attitude, yeah, of course it is. All right, boss, we got a Toriador and a Bruja. They're Cammy boys.
I don't buy that for a second.
Oh, sorry, boss. I don't have his insight.
All right.
But they're coming here respectfully, boss. I mean, should we let them in?
Yeah. If they're showing the proper respect, the crock pot is open to all.
So like they, like those little like red, movies, like divider thing. Yeah, the ropes. Like they open, like when one of the Goombas like opens it up and like lets you, and then like kind of steps his girth out of the way so you can walk in.
I look towards Richard and is.
Oh, you want me to go first?
Well, you wanted to show respect.
How does good?
Also, I'm making those chewing noises on purpose, by the way.
I got it.
It's atmospheric.
Yeah, it was perfect. It's perfect, sir. So Richard goes, "You want me to fucking go?" All right. Hello, Your Majesty. My name is Richard Hawk. I drive trucks. You probably didn't want to know that. You got a ring or something? I got a kid. I don't know.
That's zero etiquette, man.
I bow, like I do a curtsy, like it's like old century curtsies, and I'm like, am I doing this right? And
I appreciate the attempt, although this is kind of pathetic. Why don't we move on to your friend here?
I approach, and he's sitting at the table.
Yeah, he's sitting. Yeah,
sitting at the table.
It's like one of those like extra wide chairs.
Is there like a seat away from him?
Yeah.
It's like, may I sit down?
Of course. Please take a seat.
Thank you.
Or two, like me.
My character nervously laughs and then he sits on the floor.
I look at it like I see Richard sit on the floor, and for a second I'm like, what the? But then I'm like, no, it's probably appropriate. And so I sit down in the chair and I politely chuckle at his joke. I sit down and it's like, would that I could that I'd join you in the. Does he have a lot of food around him?
What do you think?
Absolutely.
You guys can basically.
Oh no, please! I'm very accommodating here. Please.
Yeah, I think I can do. I think you guys can do this unsupervised. I'll just go get a drink real quick.
Yeah,
Please,
help yourself, man.
Yeah.
Some of his attendants bring out some blood refreshments for you guys. So if you want to drink up, you can.
Why? Thank you so much.
I'm like raise my hand. I'm like, I'll take one of them blood things if that's okay.
Yes, feel free. No point in resisting here. We got some really nice stuff.
Feels good to cut loose every once in a while.
Okay.
What I'd like.
You're the guy talking. Richard is not gonna help you in this situation. So don't look at him unless you really want to fuck it up.
We are.
That looks good. I'm gonna have one of those.
Wait, hang on. Let me get in the camera real quick. Yep. OWAD was a good game.
There's an orange vanilla Coke.
We are kindred, but we are also very fresh, so to say. And what we have been, what we thought we might do is offer you or give you, we come to you to give a boon. We are looking to ingrain ourselves in the city and its politics, and we thought that you, being a very connected man, would be able to have something that somebody of our talents might be able to take care of.
Interesting. Well, seeing as I ain't never heard of yous before, and all that, who's exactly is your size?
I'm just looking up. I'm like drinking my blood, like really quiet, like like he's only seen mafia people in the movies, and he's just like, holy shit, these people are fucking real. There's like blood dripping down his chin. He's like,
I'm afraid I'm going to begin to, I must apologize to you because, full disclosure.
Shovelheads?
Yes.
Yeah, fair enough.
I think you really, you're a very receptive man.
Look, my friend, I'm a Giovanni. This isn't, I'm not exactly, that's delicious. I'm not exactly, opposed to dealing with those of low intelligences. You know, ghosts and such don't tend to be the best conversationalists, you know? Well, suffice to say that I can talk whatever shit I want in front of you and nobody will believe you. So, let's just put it that,
it's Frank. Thank you for that.
I don't exactly jive with the Camarilla in this city, to use a hip young phrase. These guys are, they're getting a bit restrictive. And ever since that war started breaking out, they've been trying to take over my, my territory.
Wow. In
spite of this so-called, treaty we've had since the 1500s. You know?
Mm-hmm.
And, well, you don't know. It's an expression. But, suffice to say, I'm a little steamed. And a steamed meatball ain't no good. Now, all I'm saying is that if somebody could grease up the works there, I could compensate them in interesting ways, especially since I have a pretty extensive, network here. Very powerful in terms of my information gathering.
I just realized, like, the sound of the toilet because someone's like, what? It's perfect.
That's like one of the bad guys. Yeah, one of them was like, "Oh, boss, I really shouldn't have had the spicy meatballs, boss. He was right."
Yes, he's a vampire and he's eating. He has the eat food merit, and he loves it.
Have I identified this as like so?
You didn't know that this was possible. Like, for all you know, it's like some kind of spooky sorcery.
Exactly. So
or a ghoul or something.
Yeah, or it's a ghoul and he's pulling one on you.
Okay.
But regardless, I think that we can arrange something that will be mutually beneficial. See, I want the Camarilla out of here.
Oh, boss! What happened? What they put in the spicy meatball?
I'm gonna turn that on so you in Discord can hear it too whenever someone flushes the toilet. All right, sorry. Go ahead.
That is exactly the reason we came
I'm
to
gonna
you.
eat this spaghetti.
We are at your service.
All right. Well then, I think I got some jobs for people on your level. You know, we'll get some introductory materials here, and see where it goes from there. All right.
Of course.
All right. So here's how it'll go. I'll give you a target, and you'll bring them back to me, either dead or not dead. Doesn't matter. But make sure you bring at least one of their personal affects so that I can steal their spirit and make them a ghost to serve me for eternity.
That's what Giovanni did.
I take a second. I'm like,
that's how Giovanni works.
That's
Yeah, he's just like being dead ass serious with you guys because it's like, who the fuck are you guys gonna tell?
Yeah, who am I gonna do? It's like that's something that you can do. You can.
Oh yeah, all the time.
I'm gonna be quite honest. I've never seen this part in The Godfather. I'm a little bit behind.
We keep them in the back. We call it the freezer because they're leftovers.
Oh, God damn it, meatball!
I think I am. Like I'm trying to control myself, but I am visibly interested in. Like I look curious. I look absolutely like taken.
Let's just say that I have some good information that works, and if I can get their souls, everything that they know, I'll know, given enough time.
Right. Okay.
So I figure you bring me their heads.
Okay.
I can give you information about the local Camarilla and their ongoings in courts, and set up opportune time for you to strike. Yeah.
What an absolute treasure. I am so glad we came here tonight.
Your Majesty, if I may, we're really good at murder and killing, so we will definitely.
I appreciate a man with talents like that.
We're really good, and I got an AK from a veteran, so you know I'm going to be doing some murdering tonight.
I would accept nothing less.
Who are we delivering to you?
Do you want to run that by me first, Vinny?
What about Chad and Stacy? They're pretty low level.
Chad and Stacy, okay. Vinny wants university influence? What do you want?
I guess not. That's true.
Like, what does he want? Like, church? Because what does he have? He has underworld, legal, finance,
I think he has
police.
some church.
No, he doesn't have any church.
Oh, wait, no.
Marco has.
Then yeah, he'd want church.
Oh, you want to send them against Marco? Oh,
no, not immediately.
Yeah, Marco will fucking kill them.
This is more of a test than him trying to get a lot out of it.
Let me see. Let's see. You have finance, police.
Because I'm not sure who is on the low end that I can send them at. I'm familiar with the high end.
Well, there's like the random generic guys that we didn't even bother setting. There's some of the low-level Nosferatu. There's,
Oh, yeah. We'll go for one of them because of them even cringing on my territory with their info networks and such.
Alright. We'll say that one... We'll do the cockroach guy, and he's operating out of a local pet store. He might not be there himself, but, like, one of his ghouls is the night shift guy.
Alright, so they can find him and then track him through the ghoul.
Yeah.
Bring me his head.
Yeah.
Or him alive, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Okay. It's as good as done.
Fantastic.
Again, I say thank you, Your Majesty. I loved you in The Godfather. Just wanted to point that out there. I didn't actually watch the movie, but I really liked.
Time to go, Richard.
Okay, yeah, pretty lady. She's my boss. I gotta go. Sorry. And so I follow her out the thing, and I'm like bowing to everybody as I'm going. He's really nervous around these people because they're in suits.
Alright.
Yeah.
Just go meet my friend Don Croglione. He should be out of his daughter's quinceanera soon. He'll have the info that you need.
Oh, that's fantastic.
So, Don. Wait, did you say Don?
Crowleone, didn't you hear the boss?
Crowleone.
He's a crow.
Crow?
You'll just go to this address.
It's Crow Leone.
He'll find you. He'll talk to you, okay?
Okay. This address, gotcha.
You Goomba.
Does he say that to me?
Yeah. Not the meatball, but like one of his goons. One of his like,
that-
oh, boss.
I just want to give him an eye. Like I want okay, it's like Goomba. The Goomba's calling me a Goomba.
Yeah.
I just want to give him an eye. I just want
You giving me attitude, Missy? You're lucky the boss is vouching for you.
I'm looking at his face. Like I want to.
He's like this
And
really
I
punchy
grabbed the little like, come on, little Missy, let's get on and out of here. I've seen that look before. I've been on the other end of that. I don't want you to have to go through that yourself.
All right.
All right.
Thank you very much, Mr. Meatball, for filling in.
Yeah, that was fantastic.
Of course.
We run this next week. We'll see if we get you here again.
Yeah.
Don Croglione, of course.
Well, no, I'm gonna do Don Crowleone. I know how to. I'm gonna do. I can do
Fair enough.
I'm gonna do
Yeah.
the Don Crowleone. All right.
Thank you, good sir, for joining us.
Yeah,
I
thank you
appreciate
very
it.
much. That was
No
wonderful.
problem.
All right. So you make your way to the listed address, which it's like this nice big McMansion in the suburbs, like a couple blocks down, and there's like this very very upbeat Mexican music playing in, and they'll not like bang bang bang.
No, I'm just like this music.
No,
is-
this- yeah.
It's like playing like swing music.
So like the dude at the door kind of like, oh yeah, I was expecting someone in your description. So they let you through, and you see a bunch of like teenagers playing around in fancy clothes, and one of them's in the birthday girl is like petting this big ass fat crow, this fat fucking crow, and the crow kind of like looks at you and he goes, "Caw!" and he like flares up to you, and he kind of like gestures for you to move upstairs.
Okay, I do that.
And I just go, is that a fucking bird or a cat? What the fuck?
The name, and then the crow starts to talk. Crows can talk. The name's Don Crowleone. What business do you have here to discuss?
Hey, little Missy, is it you or did he spike her blood with something? Because I think that
Crows
bird...
can talk normally, but I've over the years, through my partnership with my great friend Vinnie the Meatball, I've developed human-level intelligence. How can I help you two fine gentlemen?
I'm a bit afraid of a bird talking to me. Little Missy, could you please take care of this situation? I don't know what to do.
I think
The last time I had a bird, it died and in the wind, and I don't remember exactly.
It's a great tragedy. A real man can take care of his birds.
I must confess, I'm not really good at taking care of much. I am good at hitting though. So direct me towards something to hit.
Don Corleone. We were sent here we are making a delivery to Mr. Meatball.
Is this about the cockroach man?
Yes.
King Gokibori. Japanese immigrant. 1950s after the war. Faced discrimination driven to homelessness. Embraced by the Nosferatu. Now he's one of their scouts. He's in charge of maintaining their animal spy networks. That's my turf. I don't appreciate him moving in on my turf, the bird mafia. So he takes the rats. We eat the rats, but there's too many of them. You gotta take it out at the source. We don't know where Gokiburi sleeps, but we know he runs this pet store, PetSmart. We think the manager's a ghoul. Get to the manager, you get to Gokiburi. We just need someone, deniable assets. You understand?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
We don't
Mr.
know
Bird.
you. And who's gonna believe you? A fucking crow told you what to do, huh?
Righty. Thank you. Well, we don't want to intrude any longer on this.
And this, the day of my goddaughter's quinceañera. If I did not hold the meatball in such high regard, I would have had your car shit on for all of eternity. All of the pigeons in the city work for me.
You say you was over at the PetSmart?
Yes.
I remember when they opened that up back in '86 over there in Phoenix, Arizona.
This isn't the Phoenix PetSmart. We're not going to send you out of town for this. It's the one downtown.
I was just buried underground. I don't know where I'm at.
Oh, he's sending shovel heads, I see.
I think, it being your goddaughter's?
Goddaughter. Do you
Goddaughter.
think I can't exactly birth a human girl, can I?
I'll tell you what. I'm learning a lot tonight. So everything that I had assumed up until now has been cleared straight. I don't know what's possible anymore. So that's what I'm trying to figure out.
The Nosferatu are a sneaky bunch. They don't become invisible like you'd think. They trick you into thinking they're not there. So, but if you specifically look for him, you're more likely to find him. Otherwise, you can lure them out. He can also talk to animals. He can kind of control them. But they also pack a punch. And this Gokibori, he's a tough cookie.
I will absolutely proceed with caution.
This
Richard,
is
on
fucking
the other
amazing.
hand-
They made that bird talk somehow, and I'm just sitting here like...
It's very much a veritable miracle
They,
of the kindred animal partnership.
is there someone in the back? Is this some sort of... Is this
No.
like a puppet or something? Like one of the Muppet things?
Would I'm
Don't
trying
make
to,
me shit on you, boy.
would it be within I'd like to send your goddaughter a present.
That's very kind of you.
What are her interests? I'd have to get it delivered. I don't have
You can't go wrong with flowers, my girl.
excellent. Well, I'd like to do that, and it might come a little bit late.
That's fine. I'll have you know this isn't her address. If you think of coming back to take her hostage, don't bother coming to this address.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. My intent is so far from that no, I want to show honor and respect.
That's
on
very
this
funny
day.
you're talking so much about honor and respect when there's black veins in your aura. I know what you are, cannibal. Now go out there. Do what the meatball told you to do.
Gotcha.
All right, so I was...
Go make
I
him
was-
an offer you can't refuse.
I was poking at one of the things on the wall, and I wasn't really paying attention. Where are we going?
We're going to the pet store, Richard.
Oh, I love the pet store.
Me too.
I had 8 dogs in my lifetime. About a year ago.
A year ago.
Yeah.
Well, I'm already headed out the door.
Well, I mean, it wasn't my fault. I didn't know they need to eat food. That ain't. Look. They get in my trailer and they ain't eating the Cheetos off the floor.
You should.
Bro just goes, caw, caw, and he just flies out and he goes back to pretending to be a normal bird and being pet by the girls.
See, I told you it was one of them fucking puppet things. As I'm walking out the door.
They steal your body, and it says they.
So like if that girl, if the big titty goth girl got 5 net successes over you, so like if you'd failed that roll,
Yeah.
she would have just hijacked you.
Just taking the body.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And if you got 5 successes over her, there just wouldn't have been any, except for humanity loss, of course.
I see. Okay.
All right, so you make your way down to the pet store, and it's in the suburbs as well, not that far away. Yeah, you see that it's still actually open. There's a few, but you know, the exterior lights are out, but there's still some interior lights in on the shop. And
It's like a Black Friday thing. It's like
Yeah.
1 a.m. and
Yeah.
the store's still open.
Yeah.
24-hour deal, right?
Yeah, it's a 24-hour pet store.
Yeah, there we go.
That's not
Like-
because that's not suspicious at all.
Yeah.
Gokibori is not a very smart guy.
I just want to roll up and park a decent amount of way, just so that like it's kind of like stakeout.
Yeah, it's one of those big like retail hell
Yeah.
areas. So yeah, there's plenty. You can like go to like a fucking, I don't know, like a Papa Gio's or some shit.
Right. And just kind of hang out.
I pull my truck like right up to the next to the front door.
Okay.
I don't honk, but
No.
you hear that?
Yeah.
I like shut the door. Like I'm like, why'd you park way back there? The door's right here. What are you doing? I swear, none of you all smart since you become creatures of the night or whatever.
Your genius astounds me, sir. Y'all have any?
What are you looking for? Oh, tissues? Yes. There you go.
I left those here.
Yes, those are yours.
Yeah, I was just gonna roll up and wait. So I'm gonna sit there and I'm gonna, I don't control Richard, so I'm gonna watch what Richard does.
So I go. I go in. I want to go into the pet store.
All right, you walk into the pet store and you see that the clerk's playing on his Game Boy SP, and he doesn't even notice
call.
you.
And I walk up to the table and I'm like,
Whoa! Welcome to Pet Store, sir. Can I help you?
I'm looking for a dog.
And it's this really ugly, really pimply guy. It's like, welcome to Pet Store. Can I help you, sir?
Son, I'm looking for a dog.
I'd be happy to help you with that. And he kind of roll perception, empathy.
Perception, empathy?
Yeah.
I haven't looked at my character sheet in a minute. Perception, empathy. Perception 2. And
0. So just 2d10, difficulty 6.
All right. 2, and you said 2 and 6.
Yeah.
My bad. I'm still learning, guys. I'm sorry.
That's fine. Now what you got?
1 success.
2 successes actually, because the 10 counts as 2.
Oh shit.
This kid knows what you are, and he's kind of freaking out about it. It's like, oh, well, did you want a mixed breed, or did you want a specific breed in mind, sir?
Remind me again, what are we here for?
Oh, we were informed
I
that
already had a bratwurst and coffee text. They were excellent. You have excellent taste, my friend.
We drank a lot of that coffee.
that coffee is fucking good. Was that?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
That
good
we had
coffee.
the Brazilian.
Santos.
Yeah, it was quite good.
So the reason we're here is we're.
So wait, let your character kind of your character did explain this to me, but I personally forgot.
Yeah. No. Yeah. So out of character. We're here because we're looking for this guy's boss. This is the guy that you're talking to is a ghoul, and his boss is the target that we're trying to get to, Vinnie. So we're trying to get whatever we need to do. It's we're gonna tail him, or we're gonna scare him and tail him, or we're trying to get to his boss.
Okay. So I didn't hear the name. My character didn't hear the name Vinnie, so he's just like, I'm here for a dog. I think you know what kind of dog I'm looking for. He's the kind of dog that, if he sees trouble coming, he might tuck his tail between his legs and run out the back door. But I wouldn't advise that dog to do that. So why don't you walk me back to this dog? How about that?
I mean, I can arrange a meeting, sir, but
Arrange a meeting right now, then. Pick up the fucking phone.
Who are you?
I didn't realize I was the one being interrogated right here.
Oh, I need to. And he doot 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 doot, and then there's the phone.
Hold on, no, you gotta do the he's got the.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like zeros, so you have to
Yeah. Yeah, boss. There's someone here who said he wants to meet you. He won't say his name, sir. And he holds out the receiver.
Hey, come out front. You won the lottery.
You kind of hear an indistinct, Japanese. Oh, what are you talking about? Get the receiver. Get the receiver.
Oh, and then I pick it up. Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, good. Listen.
I can hear you.
You won the lottery. And that lottery winning is me not kicking your ass. So why don't you get your ass out here?
Who do you think you are?
I'm the guy sitting right out front right now. Why don't you come here and fucking talk to me?
No, seriously. Who are you?
I'm gonna give you to the count of 5 to get your ass out here.
You know.
And if you're not done, I'm gonna fly back there, and I don't know if I can fly, but I'm gonna try, and I'm gonna kick your ass until you come out here and do what I want.
I don't think so.
And then I hang up the phone.
He's about to say something. Hang up. The phone rings back. He's saying he's gonna send all the rats in this building to tear you to pieces, sir, if you don't get out right now.
Rats? Did he just say?
You start hearing a chittering sound coming from everywhere. And then rats start to pour, and then you start to see rats starting to pour out from the back room.
You tell that nice Chinese man that I will talk to him in a minute. I gotta go out to my truck real quick, and I like run out the door.
Yeah, that's what I thought, you sucker.
And I like run out the door. He's got fucking rats. He's got a whole shitload of rats. And I get in my truck, and I like drive like really fast, like.
Yeah, the rats. A single rat just like gets just one rat gets out the door, and it just kind of waves at you as you drive off.
I just gave you intel, by the way.
No, yeah, they have rats.
Newsflash: local Nosferatu has big pack of rats working for him. News at 11.
Well, my character had no idea. He's just like,
yeah. No.
I'm like, I just kicked some ass. I'm ready to fight.
I am going to continue staking out the pet shop, see if anything, like that was some activity, see if anything.
You see the door just kind of swing out on its own, and the rat just goes back in, and the door swings back.
All right. Okay.
All right. I'm gonna roll something.
Go for it.
Look away.
Look away.
Just walk away, walk away, walk away.
Life. Taste the pain. Sorry. Okay, after you stake it out for about an hour, and it's about 4 a.m. now, so you're starting to run out of moonlight. You see the lights go off, and you see the kid kind of like nervously walk out and start walking towards a pickup truck on the other end of the parking lot.
Yeah,
the lady, shall we capture him and interrogate him?
So Richard, who has just been like sitting out in the back, sees this kid walking out, and while you guys are discussing what to do with it, all you hear is
Okay.
He runs the kid and hits him as hard as he can.
All right, well, hang on. Give me a what's drive to see if you can catch the kid before he runs back
okay,
inside.
okay. What do I roll?
What's drive? That's 70-10 for you.
Okay, 70-10. Okay. 7, and then what's the difficulty? 6.
6.
Yeah.
And you got to beat his 3-6. No, all right. The kid dives out of the way, barely dives out of the way at the last second.
But does he get the pickup truck?
No, he doesn't get to his truck. He dived back towards the store.
But does he crash?
Yeah, you fucking destroy his truck, and your own truck is kind of fucked up too as well.
I get out and I'm like,
I've got insurance.
He's so fast. Well, I tried.
I'm getting out of the car and I'm approaching.
I'm sorry, little lady. I tried. He was just so fast.
Where is he running away?
He's running. He ran back towards the store.
Ran back towards the store.
Yeah,
all right. Is he inside the store?
Yeah. By the time you get there, he's in the store.
All right. Well, I look at Richard and I was like, please go to the back and see if he comes out that way.
You got it, little lady. And then I go to like pull back the bolt on my AK, but it's on safety. So I'm like, this thing ain't. Oh. You got it.
I could have brought my AK for that. Maybe I'll do that next week.
Yeah. So yeah, Richard goes in the back.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you start to go towards the back, and you see that the door, like the door's kind of like swinging back as you walk in.
Inside, are you want me to go around the building, or do you want to go into the building?
Around the building.
So I'm going around the building.
Do you have celerity? No, you don't.
I don't know.
Shade Blaze has celerity, so he starts teleporting behind.
I am the personnel, kid.
Yeah, like my guy's running, and he's like, oh, it's just a quick. Like he turns around the corner, he's like, God damn it, this is really fucking far, and like keeps running.
All right, are you going through the front then?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
You go through the front, and you see a horde of rats rushing from the back door towards you. You're with Jim, who's like,
a plague of rats! Destroy it!
I want to take a look around the building. Like I see the rat, but can I look to see if there's anything else?
Yeah, I mean, there's like a bunch of dogs are fucking barking in absolute panic in some of those little cages. There's some other random pet animals.
Is each cage individually locked, or is it like a group lock? Well,
no, most of them are group locked.
Group locked.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let Jim do his thing, and I want to start unlocking those cages to let the animals out, and just add to.
Well, you don't really have. Louise can try to like lockpick them, but you're. I mean, the best you can do is just like bust them open.
You know what? That's a good point. Right.
Can we stick to ideas that aren't blatantly dumb?
Yeah.
No.
Shoot. Crap. I want to burn this fucker down. That's literally the only thing I can think of right now, but I know that's a bad idea.
Well, too bad you don't have any Molotov cocktails ready.
Exactly. I'm looking for. There's so many rats. You know what? I'm heading out. I'm going back out the front door because I don't want.
All right, you do a 360 degrees and moonwalk away.
I want to get out of there.
You mean a 180? Or does he do a 360 and walk toward the rats?
Moonwalk away.
Oh, you do a 360 and then you're like, oh!
Yeah. You know, that's why I say the Xbox. I do a 360.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many rats. It's like, no. So I'm going back, and I'm like, okay. I'm going to. You know what? I'm going to get back into... Oh, you know what? Is there gas, like, coming out of the
yes.
pickup truck? Yes.
You want to, like, rip the gas can out?
Well, how close was the truck to the pet store?
Like, you know how there's, like, a parking lot and it's parked right in front, and then there's, like, the lane, and then there's the other side?
All right.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah, I'll try and rip the gas tank out of it.
Okay, give me a strength athletics roll.
Strength,
which
not my best.
Yeah, well, you can blood buff, or you can have... Well, Louise has, has strength.
Yeah,
so.
I'm going to ask Louise.
Yeah.
Louise, would you mind taking that?
Oh, you're going to play with Firebot? Okay.
Yep.
I live to serve.
Fire is always a good idea, even if it's super dangerous.
Yeah, it takes some finagling, but he manages to rip it off. The horde of rats has already come out onto the street, and you can see that there's still traffic going on outside. Mm-hmm. Nobody seems to have really stopped and rubbernecked yet, but it looks like some shit is about to go down.
Right.
Jim is like, like let's kill him.
Did Jim come out with me?
Yeah, Jim came out. Okay. He's not that suicidal. It's you, Jim, and Charles, Shadeblade and Frank. Because Shadeblade and Flake apparently are the tag team for some reason.
Yeah, I could get stuck with him, but that's okay.
Louise, would you mind throwing that gas tank about as into the middle of those rats?
I'm gonna juice up with the potence, boss. All right, so let's see how well Louis can just yeet this bitch.
That was my burp. Don't make fun of my burps.
Sounded like a fart.
It is. I mean, my mouth and my ass are pretty much the same these days.
Yeet! All right, yeah, it lands. It like crashes through the door of the shop, and some of the rats are like, huh?
I take a lighter out of my purse and I hand it to Louise, and I ask him, "Would you mind doing the honors?"
Boss, just shoot it, and he just takes his gun and he's like.
Oh, it's Hollywood.
Yeah, because it breaks up sparks. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So he shoots it. And
and then it just starts, and then the rats start panicking, and they scatter. Meanwhile, on the other side, Richard, you bust down the back door. Shadeblade's already waiting for you to bust down the back door. And he says, "I lost him. I don't know where he went."
Did we check in the back yet?
Give me a what's alertness roll to check in the back real quick.
All right. Alertness roll. 3 plus.
Excuse me, I'm getting really allergic. You guys have any anti-allergens?
I do.
Yes, I'll go get you some.
Thank you.
You can use the one that's on the fridge.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's the good shit.
Yeah.
Much appreciated.
Yeah, no problem. I have the same problem, man. It was alertness plus what?
Wits, so 7d10 for you, difficulty 6.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for doing all that. I need to. It'd be a lot easier if it was just me on the computer instead of like. Also, this is the stream see, so 7, 6. Oh, there we go.
You notice that there's a rug that's like kind of thrown over it. You pull it up and you realize there's a little metal hatch there.
I'm like, well, shoot, there's a damn like little trap door right here.
Richard.
Open your
You're
fucking
so
eyes,
smart.
man. Open this door.
You're so wise. I'll pry it open. And he takes out his katana and he sticks it into the hatch. And then he gives it a sharp tug and the katana snaps off at the hilt.
And what did I tell you about grabbing that damn wall hanger? Get yourself a fucking crowbar or something.
Alright, he takes out a crowbar that's hanging off on the wall. And he has potence, so let me roll for him. Shade blade. There he is. Shade blade. Strength, athletics. It's 5 dice. All right, he just like pops open, and you see that there's also this big pen that's now empty, but it's full of food, and it's evidently for the rats. But you pop open the hatch, and you hear this startled yelp, like "Ah!" Thanks, man. Whoop.
It's empty, so it's okay. Yeah.
So what is this?
Oh,
That's no, it's antihistamine. It's just generic CVS antihistamine, but it's non-drowsy.
Cool, thank you. All right, so you pop open the hatch and you hear the startled yelp from down there.
And I'm like, all right, boy, come on out.
No!
Yeah, I have an AK-47. Get your ass out here.
Roll manipulation, intimidate.
Okay.
Difficulty 5.
So that for me would be
5d10.
5d10. You already know my fucking stats.
Yeah.
5.
It's almost like I've been doing this since, for 5 years.
5 and then
5.
5.
Yeah, he's like, oh, okay. He like comes out of the ladder and he puts his hands up.
And is this the boy?
This is the kid. Yeah, this is the clerk.
All right, where's your boss at?
I don't know. He comes to me.
And a round comes flying out because it's already loaded. Where's your boss at?
That was
Don't ask questions. Where's your boss at?
roll manipulation, intimidate.
So what was that?
Also, you feel a wave of heat coming from the other side of the store. It's 5d5. Yeah, 5. Well, he told me there's this emergency access hatch in the sewers where you can. Why didn't you just ask him to meet you?
Well, because I don't ask, I just tell. Now, I'm gonna tell you this right now. Which way did he go?
He's not here.
He's not. Where did he go?
He wasn't here all night. I don't know.
So you're saying that he ran away in the sewers?
Well, he might be in the sewers. He could be, but he has a place to sleep in the sewers.
Where is it?
He tells you basically the directions, and he says, but the other Nosferatu are gonna kill you if you go in there.
Listen, I ain't afraid of what. I don't know what you're saying. And I'm gonna go down there and I'm gonna shoot me up some bats, some rats, some dogs. No, I don't want to shoot a dog. That's terrible. Anyway,
Yeah, it is, but you just. Oh my God! You set the store on fire.
I didn't set the store on fire. That was my mean little friend out front. She's quite pissed
Oh
at
my
you.
God! All those dogs.
No, they're fine.
You start hearing these like,
They're fine. They're okay. Just ignore the pain. Listen, I'm gonna tell you this. You can go home.
He just breaks down crying.
You could go. Listen, are you one of the vampire folks?
No, I'm a ghoul.
I don't. The fuck is a ghoul?
Who the fuck are you?
Could I have made my way to the
Yeah, by now, yeah.
He's like,
You're asking Richard to do all these things. He's not a very smart man. I'm like, oh hey, little Missy, I found the.
I'll call for humanity. In a
I
second.
found the Lich King or whatever.
Richard, what are you good at?
I'm good at beating people up and killing them, right? I think.
Right.
And driving truck. I'm really good at driving a truck.
Excellent.
Although this slippy little fuck got out of the way, so I have to give you some credit on that one, son.
Thanks.
Yeah, you would have died if you would have just not fast enough.
So if you're good at punching and shooting and killing,
Hey, dude, be nice to the chat guys. They don't know what the fuck's going on. Be nice. don't be a dick.
What is this? Are they?
No, well, you can't bribe the ghoul to help you kill his Nominator because he's
Well, he's
supernaturally loyal to him. You can't basically bribe him.
Let's make this problem go away. And was the hatch just like an emergency?
Yeah,
hatch,
it was literally just like to close, and like it was just if he can't run away, he just hides in there and just waits for daytime to come back so he can just slip out.
If we were to push him back into there and kind of like lock it shut, would the debris and the fire like fall on top
Possibly.
of it or kill him or just something?
Well, when it's designed, it's
designed to be safe.
Yeah, it's designed to be safe against that. You could lock him in. Doesn't mean that nobody's going to dig him out. And
So what do you want to do with this one?
another round comes out.
I think he's outlived his usefulness.
All right, so what do you want me to take him to Blockbuster?
I take out my gun and I shoot the ghoul.
All right, well, he's like, fuck, that hurts.
Jesus Christ! You sure you don't want to use this gun? I'll show you my AK.
Yeah, I put it.
So you just pulled it on full auto and just riddled this kid full of bullets.
Yeah.
All right, I'm not even gonna. All right, give me two conscience. You give me two conscience checks. You give me one.
All right.
My conscience is like really low. It's like a 2, I think.
Difficulty 8 both times.
3, 8.
Mm-hmm.
So
right.
2, 8.
Yeah.
All right.
Or 8. You pass the first one.
Oh.
8.
And you lose another humanity there. Oh no, wait, no. Yeah, you lose one humanity again.
Lose another humanity. All right.
You're down to 4.
Yep.
And Richard, you're down to 3.
All right.
You're starting to get really fucked up. Let me give you humanity. Oh no, you're down to 4, Richard. My mistake. There you go. Jesus fucking Christ! It's like 2 humanity a set. It's like you're losing like 1 humanity every 2 hours.
You could bring him to the meatball.
To the meatball. Yeah, you could have brought him to the meatball. But you can bring one of his personal effects. Remember?
Yeah.
Well, that was this is the kid, right?
Yeah.
Well, they didn't want the kid. They want.
Well, the kid might know how to get to the cockroach.
Oh. Well, take his head then.
Okay, I take it. You just go like. All right, you start to hear sirens in the distance.
Let's beat.
Yeah.
Well, it's more like fire truck.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
Right. You're right. And you're gonna go to your car, and then I'm gonna take my truck.
Well, is this truck drivable still?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a truck.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
fucking semi.
The engine is really high up.
It's looking crumpled, like I caught my sir.
Yeah.
But sir, you've been drinking tonight. Where's my flashlight?
Oh, it's right over here. I don't.
Sir,
Like,
you've been drinking tonight.
yeah. I want to try and I don't want to go back to Vinnie without the person he said he wanted, because it's like I'm asking him to find. He gave us a job. I want to do the job. So they talk. There's of an emergency hatch in the sewers.
Yeah.
All right. Well, looks like we're going to get dirty again.
Oh boy, you're going down to the Warrens. This is probably where this game is going to end, but let's see how far you can get. All right, so by now it's 3 a.m. You have 4 hours of nighttime left, and the 5 of you climb down this hatch into sewers.
It was 4.
Yes, and now it's 5 a.m.
Yeah,
so you're running out of sunlight now. So you climb down the hatch and you go through the maze of tunnels, and some rats like turn and scurry away as you approach. Eventually, you start hearing these faint noises. Give me a perception awareness check, both of you. Difficulty 7.
Okay. Mine was...
Perception alertness?
Yeah, difficulty 7.
7, all right.
So 5 and 7. Okay, gotcha. Thank you. There we go.
All right. Okay, you start hearing this Australian voice.
Please don't.
If we teach people about wildlife, they'll be touched. Share my wildlife with me, because humans want to save things that they love.
And you start hearing more. It's Steve Irwin on TV. And it's coming from this, and like you walk through and there's like this big pool of water, that's kind of like tinged red and it smells metallic. And you see like there's this little raised shore and there's a TV with a VCR and it's playing Steve Irwin.
So it's just there's a raised VC television above the water.
It's like floating. It's like floating like on the water, and it's like this little like rickety bridge that leads across to this deeper section.
Holy crap, man! That's the crocodile hunter. I feel like that's a bad omen in the sewers.
Can I like? I don't want to metagame because this is like me being in the. But is there any kind of check I can make to see like how good or bad an idea this is? Like, can I ask the rest of the guys with like Charles and Jake?
What's your idea?
My idea is like we came down the sewers. I'm looking around.
Well, you know that this is very dangerous because this is like the area where the Nosferatu live, and they don't like other people coming in here.
So.
You know that the Nosferatu are there aren't that many that they know about anyway in the city. So they're not that powerful, but you don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
And the Nosferatu might be willing to cut a deal with you. Maybe.
Man. Jeez.
Jim's like, Steve Irwin is the devil. I want to blow up that TV.
Now you hold your fucking mouth right there. That's the crocodile hunter. He's a national treasure.
He's Australian.
I don't give a damn.
He's still alive, right?
Yeah, he's still alive. Yeah, he's still alive.
It's, like,
it's the late 90s.
And Jim, if you'd like to, you can go right ahead.
You guys, I think you know what's going to happen here. So Jim just takes his sign and he yeets it at the TV and it knocks over into the water and shorts out.
Okay.
You hear the sound of water displacing as this giant albino gator pops out of the water and it just stares at Jim with these two beady red pink eyes. Pure, and you see this glint of intelligence and absolute malice in those eyes. And it starts swimming towards Jim, and it jumps out of the water. Now let's see if he fucks him up. Yeah, Jim just like, ah! And then you just see the gator just death rolling the guy. What do you do?
I'm like, holy shit, get on his back! Get on his back!
I take out my gun and I start shooting at the alligator.
All right, Charles, like, maybe we should take this opportunity to run. But yeah, give me. Are you gonna like full auto, single shot, or like just?
Oh, I gave him his AK back to him.
Yeah.
Wait, did I shot him? No, I got the Browning.
That Browning's gonna bounce right off the thing.
All right.
You can. I mean, you can try.
I think that's what she would try to do. So she's going to try and shoot at it and see what happens.
Okay, give me a. Are you gonna take a single shot or just try to like?
She's just gonna unload.
Okay, so unloading. So for semi-auto burst, it's +3 dice but +1 difficulty. So in this case, it's going to be wits plus firearms +3.
Okay.
Difficulty 7.
Wits, firearms +3. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 8.
Difficulty 7.
Difficulty 7. All right. That's gonna be 8.
Yeah. Rest in peace, Steve Irwin. In all seriousness, a good man.
Yeah. A croc Stimpy.
All right, you managed to hit or land a couple of shots on it, and they just ping off the thing's hide. This thing is way bigger than. Then you realize this thing's like unnaturally huge for a gator.
Well, I'm all out of ideas, and I'm gonna Homer Simpson out of here.
Are you gonna go back the way you came or deeper in?
Out the way I came.
All right, you all just Scooby-Doo out of there as you start hearing Jim just get thrashed to death by this big ass fucking gator.
Holy crap! They got Jim.
Those bastards. We'll make them pay someday. Let's all take our hats off for Jim, who has now been sent to the non-existent afterlife. Which doesn't exist.
Let's get the fuck out of here first, and then you could take the hat off and keep it off, and we'd all appreciate that.
You see that he's balding? He looks like he's like 18, but he's balding as hell.
We are getting dangerously close to daylight, which is bad now. And I feel like I'm looking around and they're shaking their heads.
Yeah.
It's like, Do all of you have? Do you have places to sleep? You all have.
I have my trailer. It's sunless. If you bring the.
I don't think my mom would appreciate my new condition.
I have a home, like a person.
Well, excuse me. I work. I'm the lifeblood of America. I drive my truck back and forth through the great states of Texas, New Mexico. Well, not really, but then Arizona, kinda.
We're in Arizona right now.
I feel like we have been through a lot today.
Everybody press F to pay respects for Jim, by the way.
Poor Jim.
You shouldn't have interrupted. That gator was enjoying his Steve Irwin, and
I
Jim
was
just had to...
well, since we all ran away, I was actually gonna like start punching him, but I was like, I saw bullets fly off him. I'm like, oh shit!
Wait, so this gator is watching Steve Irwin wrestle alligators?
Yeah, he's fucking fascinated by it.
It's kind of.
He's like, oh, how does that guy do it?
It's kind of like a fetish.
I don't know about that. Part is too pure. That gator is too pure for that. How dare you?
The world. All right. That's interesting. All right. Yeah. I basically I want to invite. Would I invite people to come?
If you want.
I think it's like we need to stay out of the sun. I have a home. It's not too far away from here. If we get back in time, we can close all the blinds and maybe have a little bit more workable area. Let's reevaluate our choices and our decisions and our intel and think about this over in the morning or the evening. Gonna have to get used to that.
All right. Okay.
I'm just gonna sit in my truck if you don't mind.
You are a human. No, you're not. You are a. You are a person and with an identity, and you are allowed to do whatever.
Well, that's the nicest thing a
you
lady's
want.
ever said to me.
Aren't you married?
Yeah, but she will. Well, we'll get. You just mind your own damn business now.
Fair enough.
All right. You fairly easily make it back to your suburban home. You close all the blinds and you all just pile into the closet for just to be safe.
Yeah.
And well, maybe we could try this next week. That's it for tonight.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
You got further along than I expected.
I did too. I was totally expecting to die. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna try to write this character so I die. But we made him like really good against fighting.
Well, you didn't do it. You didn't go like overly, and you didn't let the chick call for backup. If she called for backup,
yeah,
you guys could have gotten fucked up.
Yeah, I believe that. I didn't like. I was in the sewer and I was like, she doesn't know about how dangerous this is. But it's like, but then chat's blowing up and it's like, that's where you're going to die. It's going to be your grave.
Then the chattigator just fucking like.
So a little bit harder of a test than I thought we were just going to tail this guy back to where this guy sleeps and be able to ambush him.
But then fucking Richard went.
Well, yeah, I'm just playing.
That was completely in character.
I wanted him to be just this really dumb monkey wrench that at some point you're gonna have to figure out if you want to keep him around or not. And if you decide to, you're gonna have to figure that out for yourself.
No, it's one of those things where it's like I have to play with the hand that I'm dealt, and I have to find the positives in everybody around me, so that
you're really digging deep for Richard. Then I love the Italian scene. I love this whole setup. So thank you.
Yeah, GoFlux that was originally the character GoFlux was gonna play. But then we decided that's not really a good shovelhead material, so like let's just make him an established NPC.
That was fantastic.
It's like I was gonna portray him, I wouldn't have been able to do it justice the way he did.
Aw. GoFlux. I absolutely had a time speaking with your character.
Vinnie the meatball.
Vinnie the meatball. Alfredo.
Yeah, he didn't even tell you the name of the crime family. He's from the mozzarella crime family.
I just wanted to play a really dumb trucker guy, and I think did I succeed?
Yeah. No.
Do I need to turn it up more?
I like the
maybe turn the retardation down a little bit.
Turn it down a little bit more. Okay. I'm willing to take advice. This is literally my first.
Who's that character
game.
from
Bloodlines?
No. It was it's that movie with Bill Murray pretends to be a zombie so they can go golf.
I don't know that one.
Oh, you're talking about Zombieland?
Zombieland.
Yeah.
I get the one character like the
Tallahassee. Yeah,
Tallahassee.
yeah.
I get a little bit of
The Virgin Columbus, the Chad Tallahassee.
yeah. I
great.
like the Tallahassee that's coming out of it.
Yeah. Oh man. But I appreciate you setting this up and helping me out with Roll20 because this is the first time. Like we used Roll20 when we did our stream before, but we never used the system.
Mm-hmm.
We just rolled dice with actual dice in
Yeah.
the tower and all that. So this is really nice that I can learn this.
So, for reference, if you want to set the success difficulty, if you want to sort it, if you're rolling a shit ton of dice, you just put S. Oh no.
Oh, 57.
Yeah, that sorts it in ascending
sorts it
order.
in Okay.
If you put SD, it sorts it in descending order.
And so then you can exclude
Yeah. So if you if you put over 6, it tells you how many successes you got.
Oh, okay.
Richard is the spitting image of my son. Bless him, Morgan.
And if you put 60, F1, that means that 1 is a failure. So 1 subtracted from that 10.
Wow.
Yep.
There's the macros that you can build in this is really.
There's some. Yeah, this is just barely scratching the surface of it.
You got to do there's. So it's almost like there's dice formula, and it's fairly sophisticated, and then you can make in the macros. You have to do it all by hand, though. But once you program it, you can have it. Like that roll is a program macro.
That's a program macro. So GoFlux is the one that originally set that all up. So
thank you.
Thank him.
That was fantastic, dude.
All right. Well, it's almost midnight. I got work tomorrow.
Yes. All right. Well, thank you, Mr. Goat, for setting this up. Thank you, chat, for joining in and hanging out with us.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, it was awesome having you guys work with our
retardation.
Yeah, pretty much.
And this is there's another group, and they're playing, and then is there other people living in the world?
Yeah.
It's
So the band that I don't want to get you guys censored for saying the name of, that's GoFlux and Malkus's group.
Okay, cool.
So they're playing the Tool School Shooter / rock band. Oh, I've totally forgot to mention their microphone stands have shotguns on them.
That's fantastic.
So they're playing those guys, and I'm gonna run a game for them Sunday. And
Do you play in person?
No, they live out in Massachusetts.
Oh, okay. So do you go on Discord?
Yeah.
All right.
Would
Would you be all right if I just
listened in?
Yeah.
Sure. That's
okay.
fine.
All right. Cool.
Awesome.
Yeah. So then what they do will affect the continuity. We can run this next week. I don't know if I'll be able to make it in person next week because the gas is so much gas is coming.
Yeah.
in.
No. Cool.
But we can just do it over.
We can just do it over Discord.
Do it
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Well, much appreciated, Mr. Goat. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. And
good evening.
Yeah, you guys have a good evening. We'll see you on the next Courtesy Flush, which is tomorrow.